Yeah, Crossroads keep top 40.
I guess, yeah. All right. We're playing Torchbearer. We're back at it. Been a little bit break,
Hey.
but here we are, part 2 of session 4, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes, this is part 2, I believe.
Excellent.
All right.
I changed the background to include Seed because he's supposed to come in, like on Twitch, but he's not here. So
That's fine.
viewers, ignore him. He'll be here at some point.
Do not perceive him.
not perceive him. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I think we're all here, ready to play, aren't we?
Yep. All right. Where were we?
I believe we were climbing up the mountain to try and get past a giant humanoid creature after we'd recovered.
I believe it is torrential downpouring, and we went to go recover our goods, which I recovered mine, but Talia wanted to recover hers.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And we took like a small short break, and after we were like, oh, we could talk to things, and found some sort of, I think like an amulet or something that had like runes on it, and Byron cast a spell to know giant or whatever language it was, and he learned it. And then we're like, maybe that big thing knows that language. Let's go talk to it. And if it does, we'll talk to it. And if it doesn't, we'll run away.
Seems about right.
Maybe we can trick it to let us pass or something, I think was what we were thinking, if I recall.
I believe you are correct. All right. Well, let me just fire up my notes here. All right. All right. So you are up there, which makes you... Ah, yes. So yes. You are on a bluff. It's raining. It is slightly shady. There's a few trees that are still sticking up this far up the mountainside. But yes, it is cold, and a humanoid figure, a giant humanoid figure, well, maybe not giant, but large humanoid figure is crouched in front of a fire, poking it with a tree branch. And there is a large pile of bones nearby. Beyond the fire, a path wends further up the mountain.
I kind of, or I guess, I kind of look at Byron and suggestively nod my head towards the giant thing as he's glowing with magical power.
I nod back. I also nod suggestively. No?
The line.
Do you want to ask him if this is his? And she holds up the seal.
Oh my god, sorry. Yes, I asked what this is.
So he hears you and turns his head. A single massive eye blinking confusingly.
I hold it a
Good
little
stuff.
bit higher because I think it'll work. I think that's how you talk to people.
Yes, I see.
I don't think I know what this is.
I think he's respecting your authority, Byron.
Oh. Well, I have another thing for that.
I think the other thing was the crown that left in the horses.
I was pretty sure Byron was going to pull out his like counterfeit papers.
Oh.
Well, if I have to pull that out just yet, like if he's respecting my authority, let's keep that in my back pocket.
I kind of whispered to Byron like maybe he'll let us pass.
If we do that, okay.
No, like maybe does this thing like maybe he's kind of cool with us. I don't know. He seems kind of cool.
You're
No
right.
one's
We shouldn't.
made any sort of movements. Maybe we can just kind of nod and walk along.
You're right. We shouldn't tell him I'm a cop for realsies. Let's just shuffle them. Let's try and walk by him.
Okay.
Well,
As you guys approach, he like turns to face you. He says, "Wait."
yes.
I like freeze motionless, not knowing what to do.
Why
Is he
do you
speaking
need-
English or is he speaking like the
He's
language only?
speaking. Well, I mean, presumably Tyler can still understand and speak giant, and thus he was speaking in the giant's tongue.
Oh, okay.
So yes, he is. Only Tyler can understand him, presumably. Although
he-
I
like
suppose
Ty-
he could. I mean, it's easy enough for us to assume that he is translating for you.
If
so-
Tyler's
Yeah,
if Tyler like freezes dead still, I'm like copying. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Duh!
Bead of sweat dripping down my face.
Why do you seek to pass?
Well, this is such a lovely day, and
Tell me
we
want to
almost
get rid of
go.
the spirits.
Or appease them.
Better word
Yeah.
choice.
Let us get
Man
rid of
who
these
speaks in tongues.
open excise spirits. Just gotta get by.
He narrows his eye. He's like, "This path will not take you to that goal.
Oh,
Oh,
Why do you show the seal of my king and yet are ignorant of his demands?"
tell him we found it.
well.
Tell him we
yeah,
found it. We tell him that we took it off of some thieves who stole it, likely, and we seek to return it.
Again,
Yeah.
better
Oh.
word choice.
Oh, well, this really isn't ours. We're hoping to return this. We found it on some thieves. Just trying to do the right thing.
He grunts. He says, "Then this is not the way. Return back and pass through the woods."
Oh,
Oh.
like the path.
Okay.
Okay, interesting. Can you ask him where this path goes? If we did want to appease the spirits that have been terrorizing the townfolk?
Asking if we can appease the spirits.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, there just seems to be some very negative specters just killing the vibe in the village.
Nothing on this mountain moves without the will of my master.
Interesting.
Oh.
Whatever he chooses. Well, I don't know the details. Anyway,
Are we to understand that your master lies beyond here and we are not to trespass?
no, I told you he's that way. And he points back down. He says, "You must pass through the woods."
Oh. Okay.
What is over
What's
there?
over there?
I am not to tell you what is over there.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Talia backs away like
He seems like it sounds like he's like in pain with all of this conversation.
I know that feeling way too well. IRL.
Talia gets ahead and starts to take her leave.
All right. Well, thank you for the directions.
Mm. Leave me alone.
Okay.
We gotta get that guy some earmuffs or something.
I'll look at my inventory.
I wonder if we
quickly.
got him earmuffs if he would like look favorably upon us and let us pass.
Obviously, we gotta get the giant Cyclops eye drops. That's the only thing that makes logical sense. Video games have taught me anything.
But the
They
Gorons
don't-
had 2 eyes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay. Okay, so we're supposed to go back into the woods then. And continue through that path, if I understood that correctly, right?
Yeah, so he's pointing down here where the spider was. Like if you continue up that way, that's the way to get to.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you guys say we break camp? I'm currently still quite sore
Oh,
in
you
my
mean
chest.
like actually camp right now?
Yeah.
We go back to like where that tent was and camp there.
Nah, that's a good idea. I will.
Okay.
Go back to the Silken Pines and try to find that camp that we found.
Sure.
And then that had that
Yeah.
tent. Camp there.
Okay. You'll return there, no problem. But you are making camp. It's still raining. Let's see. It is in the wilderness for a small group. Are you hold on.
Do we have enough checks also? I don't know if I have checks.
I have one, and I think Byron has one.
Yeah.
Let me see. Okay. Here we go. I'm just trying to figure out. Okay, so it's a wilderness camp. Camp danger level.
Danger, danger.
Just trying to figure out how I should deal with the fact that it's raining really hard.
I could see one of two things: either increase the camp danger level by 1, or give us a penalty on the roll.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out if there's anything in particular that it recommends.
Well, is it raining going to cause like flooding or like landslides? Then maybe you increase the danger by 1. Or like on the cliff. If you see that it's raining, but it's there's enough trees and that's not a danger of flooding out, then maybe it's same danger, but it's more likely to ruin on the camp event table or something. Not sure. I don't think there's nothing prescribed. I don't think there's anything prescribed.
I'm gonna say
or it could be even that it doesn't affect anything, but you get like it's raining, everything's slightly harder in camp event.
Yeah. Well, I guess you have to make camp, right? So that I could also just make it a factor in making the camp, but I guess that probably. Yeah, okay, I've decided. Okay, so we're gonna make camp. That's survivalist. Check. It's a wilderness camp for a small group.
Are we seeking out camp, or are we just gonna like camp in that tent that was made?
Oh, I mean, you can, I guess. It will I mean, I don't know. You tell me. Like,
Like
tell me what you're
presumably,
doing.
I was thinking we would just, yeah.
presumably, I'm thinking like we just go into the camp that was made, see if we can like find some for wood or whatever, like, anything dry. You can even like burn the bedroll if we don't need it to sleep or whatever. That like was in the tent that was dry, and just try to.
I mean, all
and
that
then-
sounds like making camp.
Yeah, no, but it is. But I'm saying like I'm trying to be like it's a good idea going back to like something that's already established. And for water, we can just like collect some water from like off the tent or something if we're thirsty.
I mean, keep in mind, like, it's not like a real camp. It's like it was like a trap set by a monster. So I'm not sure exactly how campable it is, but I mean, if you want to do it, I mean,
Did he put like the campfire like above the campfire, or I was under the assumption that someone camped there and is very dangerous and he died because of the monster. And in fact, it is pretty okay to camp there but it would be very dangerous if the monster was there. But now the monster's not there, so maybe it's
that's
fine.
true, I guess. Yeah, you know what? You're right. I think that's fine. We'll call it a good idea. But it is pouring, so we'll make it we'll make it a factor in the camp events roll. So it'll be -1, since it's raining super hard.
That's fair, I think.
I dig it.
All right, so camp stuff. This is a wilderness camp. So don't want to find anything else. So there's shelter. Yeah, there's just shelter, I would say. Because there's a tent pitched there already. Do you want to light a fire?
I think we do. And yeah, like the method will be is this will burn whatever is like dry that's like not valuable in the
I will.
tent.
Yeah, that's fine. I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, I'm already giving you a bit of a hit because of I've decided that like it'll be like harder to make a fire because it's wet, but I'm already factoring that in, so I won't punish you twice.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. You're gonna set a watch.
I'm gonna be in the tent, like. Oh, you want to take a watch, Byron?
I'll take a watch, yeah.
What is your instinct?
To take time to teach others. So while I'm watching, who wants to learn something?
Well, and you're just gonna check for that, right?
Yeah.
Character, yeah.
Just so you're
Well,
aware.
if it's an instinct, I have to spend the check, right?
No, to
No,
keep
you don't-
watch.
To keep watch is a check, I believe.
You declare yourself to keep watch, and then if something happens, you spend a check to.
It's only
avoid
a
it.
check if something happens.
I believe that's how it goes. I have no idea though.
Yeah.
Well,
if
that's
you
the case.
if you're on watch, you can you may not make recovery tests, memorize spells, or purify your burden, but you may spend checks to do other things. If it's a disaster, you can just spend a check to avert the disaster in a test or conflict.
Oh, okay, I
Okay.
see.
If successful, you go on camping. If failed, the disaster ends the camp. But some disasters cannot be averted.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, I'll take a gamble. I'll take a watch, and if nothing happens, I'll spend my check when I can.
Okay.
Okay, but you won't be able to recover your injury.
That's yeah. Damn. No, I just want to make sure we're safe.
Okay.
All right.
I get you. Thanks for checking out
I'm
that.
gonna go with saying that this is a typical camp. And it's a +1 and a -1, so it'll just be 3d6.
Okay.
If someone wants to
3d6.
roll that.
Good.
Say, I think 7 is below average, so.
7. There is no clean water source to be found. There's foul water here.
Water's all gross.
The water's all gross
Yeah.
here, so this camp will not have good water for you, unfortunately.
Damn. The only water here will give us butt problems.
Yeah,
So
basically.
what is? I was gonna say, what does that do functionally? Just that we have to.
If we seek
Well,
water, it's bad. We'll
if you-
have to either purify it with
Okay.
alchemy or not drink it.
Exactly.
Okay.
And yeah, that'll going forward, there's no good water here. Right? So if you want to use this camp, you can, but there's no fresh water nearby. So
Okay.
you'll have to either purify it or it basically just like you're gonna have to make some checks to change the situation.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But
I can
Continue. Go
purify
ahead
it.
with your camp.
Okay. Well, I'm nervous to do it, but I should probably try and heal my injury. So Tully is gonna go into the little tent and sit there and just kind of like lie down, close her eyes, and basically just take a nap. See if she can heal naturally from what I presume is possibly even a broken rib, but we'll see. I am gonna tap my nature here.
Okay.
And I get plus 1d because of one of my level benefits.
Okay.
Okay.
Use Heart of Battle for yourself? Oh,
No,
not necessary. Great.
I make it. Okay, didn't even have to spend my fate. But now my nature is 3 out of 5. So I have to work on recovering that at some point. But yay, I'm no longer injured.
You're no longer injured. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, I don't know
Was
Tyler
that
Shelby.
that was a check, right? Or
That was a check, yes, sorry.
Yeah,
That was
okay.
my one check.
okay. Any other checks?
I am going to use my instinct to purify my
Yes. Of your immortal burden.
seek my god's favor. Praying.
Yes.
The load. Oh yeah, is it? Let me look. I'll look it up. Arcana ritual. Bird. Purification. Theologian equal to my current burden. Good thing my current burden is level 3,
Mm-hmm.
and my theologian is level 2.
It always goes down by 1 though, right? At least.
Does always go
if-
down by 1, really. I think.
If it's successful, it's 1 plus the margin of success. If it's failed, I either do a twist or give him a condition. But if I give him a condition, I reduce it by 1.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Trying to think what I want to do here. I think I actually want to. Trying to think how I want to describe myself doing what I want to do.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So like I'm praying at the in front of the fire, like holding like I guess that word because I don't even have a holy symbol because I'm probably like touching the horn too,
Mhm.
and I'm trying to like establish connection, and I'm like trying to feel that deep part of me that connects to the gods, but he's like shut off from me, and I'm just gonna get like praying, and I'm praying louder and louder, and I'm gonna demand him to hear me and speak to me, please, through crying eyes, because I crave his forgiveness to purify my soul of this burden. I'm gonna spend a persona, tap my nature, and also use touch by the gods.
Yes, I see. That all checks out to me. Go for it. You You are demanding that your god forgive you.
Forgive me or else.
Forgive me, goddammit! Why have you touched
You can
me?
be demanding without being threatening.
Yeah, and like
You
why,
know?
like why have you like blessed me so, but cut me off? It's
Exactly.
unfair. Ah! Some tears streaming down my eyes.
You tearing me apart. My God.
Ah.
Yes,
Well,
you're.
nothing but success.
I was gonna say, dim light doesn't matter. So yeah, you get 4 successes. Your burden is purged.
Yay.
Wow. Finally.
Your magic returns to you, and you would no longer bear the mark of having no longer bear the mark of shame and fear.
I'm like speaking, and I'm like speaking in weird languages, and all of a sudden like I'm just like crying and whimpering and like demanding him to speak to me in like not like normal common, and then I'm like, oh my god, it's a sign, he hears me. And I break down and weep a little.
Excellent. That's what we like. Okay. Anyone else have any checks and or instincts that they want to do while we're in camp?
I have an instinct to teach others. Who would like to learn about alchemy?
I'm good with alchemy. I actually would personally like to learn scouting myself.
I cannot learn because I am afraid.
Oh, well, I could teach you scouting. What's your scout at, Andrew?
It's not yet a skill for me because I still need one more level up to get it to 2.
Well, you're in luck, because maybe I'll help you get there.
Nice.
Let us do this. I will teach you to scout.
Okay, hold on. Let me figure this out.
What's your current nature rating? Or is it maximum? I always forget that.
All right. It's it's your current nature, not your maximum nature.
Oh, you're in luck.
So you
My
just
nature has
need
been dropping precipitously.
Yeah, you just need to have more skill than them. So you have scout, Tyler?
Oh yeah, I got scout. I got scout at 2.
Oh. Okay, so it'll be an sorry, what did you say it was?
I have 3 nature currently.
Okay, so it'll be an ob 3 mentor test.
3. And because I'm injured, I lose 1d in skills and nature, but I'm going to spend... Oh no. I can't even roll a single die. I guess I'll have to tap my nature then, because otherwise I can't roll mentor because it's at 1.
Is your mentor 1?
It is 1.
Oh, is that where skills start? I thought skills started at 2, don't they?
Skills start at 2.
But I didn't have anything in mentor,
Yeah,
so it was 0 for a long time.
It unlocks to 2.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to have to...
So it's 2 right now.
2? Oh.
Yeah, when you learn
have
a skill,
reduced for some reason, but that certainly hasn't happened recently.
That's weird. I thought it was much lower. Wow. Okay. In which case, I don't have anything that can help me. John, you're not able to help. So you're afraid. So I think I'm just going to be rolling.
Instinct. I can't help on instincts.
Unless you have a wise, right?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, you can use wises to help on instincts, but otherwise, no.
Yeah. Well, and there's no way I can use this against myself to get another check in camp just to cheese it.
No cheesing.
No, unfortunately not.
God damn it. Okay. Also, going to be 1 against 3, so it's not going to go well. I just hope I roll 6. I'm hoping I can roll 6 and just hit fate over and over.
Well, you could also try using a trait for yourself.
I mean, isn't that what I'm doing, or?
Well, no, you're just you're just mentoring right now.
You're using an instinct, but you could use a trait, which is one of your traits, and describe yourself how you're mentoring by using one of the traits, and then as a bonus, like for example, I was describing myself being touched by the gods, and it was related to trying to get their, I guess, affection or whatever. And then he's like, that sounds very much like a good use of the trait. So you get a bonus for that.
Okay. In which case, I'm going to use Child of the Fates for me, and I'm going to use the excuse that if you don't use these abilities, I guess you were not chosen to live by higher powers.
Okay, so you're gonna motivate me through
existential
by citing your fated authority. Very well. Provided
go.
provided that Talia believes.
I will,
Yeah,
I
well,
you
the
would-
way I feel is like he's basically saying that if I don't get this, I'm not good enough, and Talia's like, I'm good enough. That's how I understand it. But
you know what? I like that Moxie.
All right.
Done.
Unfortunately, not. So you will have to mark a failed test for mentor, Tyler,
All right.
and we're good to
I
go.
see here, Talia. If in order to call creatures to you, you take these reeds and you take this little bit of branch and then you blow into it, and there's fucking nothing. Because why would you do that? You're never gonna survive out here.
All right.
shake my hands at you. We still
I
have one check in our camp.
I believe so. I think Tyler, you still have a check, right?
Yeah,
I'm-
but
yeah,
you
I'm-
can't go twice.
In a row. No, that's true.
Dang it.
But someone can use the check, obviously.
Who would like to use this check?
Trying to
Andrew,
think
would you like
what-
to use this check after I hurt your feelings?
I mean, sure, but I also want to think what's good for our team. What do we need right now?
I think Pure will.
Yeah.
No, wait.
I have water. Does everyone else have? Tyler, do you have no water?
I should have water. I thought I had a thing of wine.
My water's empty.
Oh, I drank my
Water's
water.
empty.
Shit.
Oh, but you have food now, right, Sean?
Yeah, I have food now.
Okay, I got our food again. What do we need? I mean, I don't know. That sounds what I'm thinking. It was more of an adventuring phase thing, so that wouldn't really work.
I don't really want to learn a new skill. Because like I could use it to maybe. Do you have peasant?
Oh wait, Sean, why don't you try to recover afraid? I mean, it's a long shot, but
I think I would
Yeah,
rather
you might-
use it to make like a poultice of some kind.
it's not a terrible idea either. Could we try to use it to make a how much is an injury poultice?
I don't know. I think they're
Tyler's
harder.
still injured, right? And I gotta be honest, Tyler, I don't know if you'll ever recover that on your own unless you spend Persona or something.
Oh, well,
Um,
I'm gonna.
which means we should
Can always suck it up.
that too. What if we can try and heal you? Because healing an injury is a lot easier than recovering from an injury.
Hmm.
Depending on the injury, but yes.
Yeah.
All I know is exhaustion is like up one. It's the easiest. You make a little tea.
I mean,
or
it's
something.
not secret information. It's in the Dungeoneer's handbook.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
you can
trying
look
to
it up
find
if
it
you
right
want.
now.
Yeah, I think it's
It's
harder.
exhausted,
I don't think.
afraid, injured, sick, and then angry.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it unless I spend like.
Angry is the hardest one?
Yes. How you
Wow,
gonna
it is.
how you gonna slap a wet sticky thing on someone that'll make them less mad?
I mean, fair enough, fair enough.
Like whenever someone slaps me with a wet sticky thing, I almost always get more mad.
I think
Yeah.
context is important.
Exhausted, afraid, injured.
Look, whatever. I don't mind if it's wet, but the sticky, no.
Well, I feel it's only annoying if you have to go like open a jar later or like shake somebody's hand.
Mm.
Like
All
if
right,
I wanted
well,
to scout to
nevertheless.
Sticky's not
see,
that bad.
if I wanted to scout to see where the other items went, that sounds more like an adventure phase than a camp phase action, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
Like,
that's
well,
what I
it's
thought.
better just to leave it to the adventure phase.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
if you, yeah, it would have to be related to the camp somehow, right? Like if you know.
You could always do scavenger for something. I feel like we could use more. Actually, the one thing that we might really need is more light material. How did we make the torches last time? It was like a survivalist test or something.
I believe it was no, it was a scavenger test for dry web because
Dry web, right?
there's plenty of sticks. It is we have oil or whatever to like try to finagle it. It was just dried like things like make it like I don't have survivalist. Do you have survivalist?
I don't.
I don't either.
You can always describe what you want to do in terms of a skill that you do have and see how I like it.
I guess, but I don't really know what I want to do, honestly.
I'm gonna level up fighter. Can I attack the webs? I cut them down with such force that the water splashes off of them.
Never train alone, you only embed your errors.
Yeah.
I
I mean, you can just like get in a fight. Like that's a thing you can do. But
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of, like other ways I can progress fighter, because I really want to try and advance it, but I'm like, how? Because sometimes it describes literally having like a single check with like be like a bar brawl or something. Like you just fight a guy. It's not a conflict. You just like punch him.
yeah, stuff like that.
But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd probably get kicked out of town, but
That's fair.
or maybe not. You never
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, sorry, I'm still trying to think what's better for the team. Honestly, the thing that's jumping out at me the most is light source. Because right now we just have what, a candle on Byron, and then do we even have any more torches?
hold on a sec.
I think you guys still have 3 torches because I gave you you have 2 or 3, right?
We were pumping
Because
through those guys.
you made like a set of 4.
We did. I think we're on the last one, which is what Osmond was holding, which
Okay.
presumably is out now because we camped. So we are now left with a candle.
No, we didn't light it though. I don't think.
The
I don't-
last
You sure?
one.
I thought we lit it to go up.
I thought
don't
we
think
did, I
so.
thought we're like, oh, we could light it and go look for the thing, and we're like, oh, or we can go there because it's only a single check and we can talk in the darkness.
Actually, that does sound
If
familiar.
it goes out and you guys wanted to, do a talking conflict or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I think we burned through 2 of the 3 already.
But yeah, I think we lost like one on a twist, and I think we lost another one on a twist. Potentially, like we were kind of burning through them. And then what was it? Byron's spell took like 2 turns in the grind on its own, and I think a torch only lasts 2 or 3 turns.
I think so.
The torch?
Yeah, it's like three turns in the grind, right? Or is it 2?
Torches last 2.
Torches last 2.
Yeah, so we were chunking through those guys. Anyways, we should probably look for more.
Wait, was that a successful theologian test? It was.
It was, yes.
Yep.
I leveled up my
Because
theologian.
it has a knob.
Yep.
Okay. I was gonna be.
Sadly,
I was gonna be like, what kind of thing can I do here? Oh, that'll like be beneficial for me as well. Well then, let me look at the invocations that are
fair enough.
level 1.
Benediction of the Lords of Creation, Gift of Hospitality. Or is that different? Oh, those are your relics. Oh, okay, they have associated invocation. But you can access all the invocations?
Yeah, if they have one. I give advantage on healer's test if I have. Instead of bone needles, knitting needles, I could use it to the Ob-Zero test to like try to like give people an advantage on a healing test.
I could go hunt for more rations.
I'm just trying to see if I can like cure Tyler's injury with magic. Or my thing. Now that I'm completely fine, this will go mess my character up again.
What's the point of using magic if you don't use it for anything?
Exactly. Okay, wait, what? Is there a level 1 invocation that gets rid of conditions?
It's level 2, which its base like level is turn 2, so I don't have enough checks.
Oh, okay. You need 1 check per turn.
Yeah, I believe that's how that works. I guess I could just do that in the adventure phase also. Like, makes me think I should do it in the adventure phase. I'm just gonna look up what healing one is, and it's good enough. I don't know. I think honestly, I could start. The thing is, I'm afraid I would want to use it to try to learn cartographer and try to be like, I make a question mark. I roll the dice and see how it goes. Have that. But I think the other thing, yeah, I think you hunting might be really good, honestly.
Sure,
Or,
try and
or,
get
I,
us more.
or I can go
right.
find something random. I can go find a useful item with a scavenger. But other than that, I think that's. Yeah.
Well, yeah, unless you think we can find stuff for torches.
I could use it for
So-
healer, and I could start trying to level up my healer. I just need 2 passes, and then it goes to 3.
It's true. And then, yeah, it's not a terrible idea. We do need someone to heal Byron. I'm not sure when Elfin's coming back, but
Don't hold your breath.
okay. Well, Byron, how do you feel about all this? We've been kind of.
Well, I
going
mean,
back
I'm
and
okay.
forth, but
I'm okay with just continuing until we find a town or somewhere, or if maybe I can just heal myself next time when we're in camp. I don't mind.
Mm. Okay, well, Osmond, you're already angry. Or no, so you're afraid. So I feel like I should probably go hunting for more web. And then just try and get us more material to make torches, because I feel like that's going to be an issue down the road. What do you guys
I thought
think?
we had a bunch of torches in the cart. Am I just misremembering?
Do we? I don't think so, but if we
I thought
do,
we got
that's
like
really good.
I think I thought like 3 or 4 torches. So I may just be insane.
I thought we brought them, but
I feel like you guys probably would have brought them. I don't remember
yeah.
that. Like,
And maybe I'm lying for no reason. I'm sorry.
No, I don't think you're lying. I think you're remembering the torches, but I think we brought them.
Am I remembering a session from 2 years ago?
we don't like keep a lot of torches because we've had the lantern for so long that we haven't really needed them. So I don't think we've made a point of bringing them at any point.
Yeah.
Although I do have oil, I thought. Give me a sec.
Yes, you have oil, which is how
I have
we're
lamp oil. Yeah.
helping to light these quote unquote torches, because they're not actually torches. They're spider silk dipped in oil.
Yeah. I'm still carrying this broken lantern.
Okay.
Well, I
Well,
told you, this is art.
what do you think, Sean? Is that fine with you?
For what? Sorry?
For me to go hunting for more spider silk?
Like you're gonna go
Unless you.
hunted?
Well, sorry, hunting in
Hunting
terms
in
of
the general
you know,
sense of the term.
Yeah.
Should I do that? Like I'm an accomplished scavenger. You could help me if you
Sure, yeah,
or
I'm-
you could
well-
do it and I could help you if you want to get scavenger.
I'm down with either way. I just because you're already afraid. I didn't want to have you help to. Oh, I guess you couldn't even help me technically. I'd have to help you.
Oh right.
Okay. Okay. Well, maybe that makes our decision for us.
Yeah, I go get more like spider silk and maybe dry it a little over the fire, but like I want to start with mostly dry so it's not hard. Like so I don't have to hold it too close to the dying embers and risk catching it on fire.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna just say that this is ob 2, just because it's all over the place and it's near your camp. But it's rain. It's still wet. The rain is still going. But it shouldn't be too hard.
All right,
So I'll go with ob 2. Ob 2 scavenger.
Excellent. Are you helping me, Talia?
I am.
For some reason, like scavenger tests in the wilderness are like really hard for no reason. But I think generally scavenger is more for like stuff, which
I
makes
can't
sense.
help with.
If you're like, oh, I
help
need
with-
like to find like a piece of metal, then you're like, okay, then the wilderness will be really bad. But If you're scavenging for something that's going to be found in the woods, it seems silly to make it really hard.
Yeah, well, it's also like judicious like use of like good idea. Like, finding if it wasn't raining, you doing this might have been a good idea. But since it's raining, there needs to be an ob associated.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I mean that's the other half of it. I'm like, well, I don't want to make it like it's just like there is spider silk all over the place, but dry spider silk will be. But
Okay, so how are you helping me?
Me?
Yeah, probably with Scout.
Oh,
you don't even have Scout. Do you have anything?
Scout yet.
Do you have anything to help me?
Oh wait, yeah. Can I even help you? Shit.
Pathfinder and Hunter also usually help
I was gonna
with.
say I have Pathfinder and Hunter. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna use Pathfinder, or I'll just describe what I'm doing. So basically, I'm actually gonna trudge like a bit of ways from camp and kind of map out the area, and just let you know where all the spots where there's kind of like giant canopies where it's blocked a lot of the water, and a lot of the silk kind of underneath has been protected by a lot of the silk above as well. So I guess that sounds like Scout, but I'm finding the way to those locations, so I'm gonna trudge the path there.
Okay.
And then come back with
Yep, that works.
And I'd like to be able to help with Scout if that's possible.
Sure.
I'm gonna pretend that I'm a third-person POV and I can see the whole area above my head. And through sheer instinct, I seem to be correct all of the time.
I see. So you're gonna visualize your surroundings as though you were from up high.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're magic, so I'll allow it.
Yeah. I like to think of myself as a hawk.
You're a wizard. You know that's the kind of thing that you might be able to just do.
All right, I think. Did the dim light affect me or not? Because we did light a
That was the question I was gonna.
shouldn't.
Yeah, that's the question I was gonna ask. Because
I don't think it should. Because I would have set I'm setting like the ob as though you're in the camp phase, right? And lighting isn't generally a factor in the camp phase unless I say otherwise, and I didn't say otherwise. So we're gonna say that that's a success.
Excellent. We got more torches, maybe?
Yeah, I'll give you another bundle of torches.
As long as we use up the oil that we have?
Yeah, as long as you use up not all the oil, but like the equivalent of filling up the lamp, basically.
A portion of the oil?
Yeah, one portion of the oil.
yeah,
I'm fine with that.
Who has the oil?
I think we only have one portion left.
Yeah,
there's one use.
Okay,
drink it wisely.
You used it up to make 4 more torches.
I actually do think I had one more torch because I didn't delete the little icon here, and I in fact filled it up.
Okay. Sounds good.
Now we have 4 torches, which is pack 1, which I cannot hold, and I guess I'll light the torch with the dying embers before we after we're done.
Good idea.
Finding new ones, and we're gonna, I guess, set out into the silk wrapped woods.
Sorry, reset the grind, right? Yeah.
Yes, reset the grind.
I know that. I was just like, I need to ask for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Choose side. Boop. Okay.
Turn 0.
It's turn 0 on the grind. All right. So, yes. Continue.
Okay.
I hold my hand, my torch up like high, kind of like I don't even know if I'm shielding it much. My cloak, like holding it like above me, or maybe if it's like close to me because I am afraid of it. But I'm like kind of like creeping behind Talia because I'm a scared, frightened baby. But if she doesn't start stepping forward, I will start stepping into the silk wrap wood. Or are we gonna search for your stuff? I don't even know what we're doing.
I would like to look for my things. That is true. So, I will do a quick scout around to see if there's any evidence of where those things may have gone.
Sure. So, what things are we talking about here?
The sack and the shovel. I initially lost them up on the bluff when we were somewhat sneaking by the spider, and then it jumped us. and then
Okay.
we fled.
So you're gonna look around this area because you know the other stuff was found here. So you're thinking
Exactly.
it might have
Like
been around here as
maybe,
well.
yeah, like, or at least there's it could be a sign of like
Sure.
where the spider was moving back and forth from. So maybe it went that way, and maybe it has another location.
I'm also gonna just suggest opening up one of the sacks because we never actually like. Presumably, this is the spider's like lair-ish. Like it's the hunting grounds. The lair might be nearby. I want to like look for some sweet treasure from this spider.
Oh,
Okay. So well, which one of those things do you want to do first?
I'm gonna let Talia do whatever Talia does.
I'll look for the evidence of like where else it could have taken things first.
Sorry, what are you looking for exactly? Are you looking for evidence? Are you looking for the thing itself? Like where are you looking?
I am looking for the thing itself, but
Okay.
given that it like had the relics kind of like right above the fire, like tantalizing, right? So it like put them as bait. My intuition is that the spider might have taken those things, but it didn't put them here. It probably has another location where it stored all the like other stuff. So it might have like multiple spots around the forest where kind of hidey holes things. So I'm actually looking for kind of a evidence of like a path or tracks almost where it could have gone to and fro, and then using that as like the place I should go next to look because I'm pretty sure it's not here. So I'm looking to see where it could have come from.
Okay. It sounds almost like
It's the same skill either way, Scout.
Well, I was just wondering.
It sounds like Hunter now.
Test.
Oh,
if you're like
maybe.
figure out the way the spider has been coming and going, that sounds like Hunter to me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, actually.
So that's why I was confused. I'm like, what are we looking for here? Like, what
Yeah,
are
no, for
you
sure.
know? Because like, it depends. Like, are you looking to see where the spider's hidey holes are, or are you looking to like looking around for your specific item, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess I've already kind of decided it's probably not here, so I'm looking for where
it could be.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay. Let me see here. Yeah, I mean, just searching for it somewhere in the woods is going to be difficult. Because you know that it is probably around here, but so it'd probably be like an ob 5 scout test to find it in the woods. It's a sack and a shovel, which are small, and you know it's around here, but you don't have any clue other than that. So it'd probably be ob 5 scout to find it.
Yeah, but if I'm not looking for the item itself and just looking for the to and fro, is that different or is that the same thing? Because I feel like for me it's like, yeah, like if I wanted to comb the whole forest, it'd be fucking hard. That's why I'm like.
That's why I'm asking. Like, what are you looking for? Are you looking for the item, or are you trying to figure out where the spider's hidey holes are?
Like grand picture, yes, I am looking for the item, but right now, like at this camp, I'm just trying to think where it could have come from. So I'm basically looking for the path, essentially where it came from to get here.
Sure. Okay. So you're looking for the trails of the giant spider.
Yes.
You're trying to figure out how it gets around.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
That would be probably ob 3 or yeah, I'll go with ob 3. Ob 3 hunter test then.
Okay. Would anyone like to assist me in tracking the spider?
Yes,
I am unable to. I am afraid.
Oh, that's right.
I will help you track the spider.
That's right. And you can help me with Scout, right?
Yeah, I will not only help you with Scout.
You can help with Scout on a hunter test. You can only help with Survivalist or Laborer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Could we just
Unless you say otherwise.
Could we just go start where the spider was? There's a dead spider over there. We just start where it was and track back from there.
So wait, I can't
Oh.
help with Scout, or can I help with Scout?
No, I don't think so.
Ah,
Not
darn.
normally, unless you give like. Let me put it this way: if the skills that are listed under a skill that help, you don't have to give me that good of a reason that your skill helps. If it's not under there, you have to give me a really good reason that your skill helps.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna be inclined to say no.
Rules as written. It's up to the GM, but only one additional skill. So if, say, I had Scout and Tyler had Scout, and you were like, that kind of works, I can't be like, I do the same thing. It's like, no, you got to do something else.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that's what I figured. Like, I know that the rules say, like, hey, if you think it's a good enough idea, then it helps, right? You're the GM, you get to decide. So yeah, unless you can think of a really good reason why it would help.
And what's the base skill using again, Andrew? Hunter?
I'm Hunter. I'm basically tracking right now. So I'm trying to track like how the spider got around to try and find like other hidey holes.
Okay, and this isn't is this the same spider we fought before?
It is, yeah.
Okay, because you know how I help? I remember the face of that spider. I remember looking into their eye as I stood there with a busted lamp, not knowing whether or not I'll live or die, and I could see deep what I felt was into its very being. And I'm helping you by being able to get into that mindset of which the spider that I saw the heart of, and to figure out where and why he would move or where he would go. I become the spider to help you. So I get on all fours and I start crawling around. And I go, I'm a spider. I'm the spider. What would I do?
Okay, I'm gonna say that this helps.
Hilariously, I feel like that does help me.
I'm gonna say that this helps, but it's given me a good idea for if this roll fails. So we'll just.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Oh, this is great.
So Talia looks at Byron and is like, yeah.
I start
If
to
I
make
was a
clicking
spider,
sounds.
how would I move? And then she starts to like look at the tree branches and how they kind of like do or don't create good paths for spider legs. And she's like, genius. She starts to track.
I don't know if you can hear that. I'm trying to talk like a spider.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
it's coming through. It's coming through.
I think that's it. I don't think I want to use Heart of Battle for myself here, and Foolhardy don't really want to use it either. Okay, Ob 3 you said?
Mhm.
Ooh,
Pop
two
those,
sixes.
pop those fates. Pop those fates.
I'll pop a fate.
Okay.
This is my goal, so I really want to do it. Also, I don't want you to possibly like explode or something, Tyler. I don't know.
I mean, that would be funny. I'm not gonna
Hey,
lie.
we got there.
All right. You succeed.
Oh yeah. By the way, I think Hunter
All because of
is
you, Byron.
Hunter is a if it was Scout, it would be will based, but Hunter is health based, and you are injured in that he didn't warn you, but if he decided to induce an injury, like it could have killed Tyler, I think. Just keep in mind.
Oh no.
Hilarious.
I probably wouldn't kill you if I didn't realize that I could have, because I would have felt unfair not warning you beforehand. So
Yeah,
You know what? I wouldn't have been upset because I knew what I signed up for.
but I probably wouldn't have
It's the life
killed
I
you.
chose.
It would have been kind of silly to kill you for cosplaying as a spider.
Yeah, it sounds like more like you. I feel like you would have gotten tangled horribly in the web. Is my. I'm like, sure, you're like climbing on the web. I'm like, okay.
Well, you live, but you have no feet now.
Yeah, so for some reason I actually felt like that actually helped. It's like, yes, this is helping me. This is helping me think about how to track this thing.
Ooh, look at me, I'm a spider.
Okay. All right then. Do I identify any?
So, you're able to kind of you quickly realize that the spider, generally speaking, has like passageways in the upper boughs. You're able to like see them as you move through certain alignments, and they're trickier to follow on the ground. It seems as though like the brush on the ground, especially below these areas, tends to be a little thicker. But you notice quickly that there are clearings in strategic places below these pathways. and most of them are empty, but you notice that one of them was above your the campsite as well. And before long, near on the way up towards the cobblestone path, like quite nearby, you find your sack and shovel resting at the foot of a tree.
Oh my god!
Yep.
Praise be.
So there you go.
Talia looks extremely jubilant. She's just kind of like booming with happiness. She picks up her small sack and shovel. And honestly, I think she's most proud of the fact that she was able to track this whole network. With the help of Byron, of course. She like pats Byron on the back. I don't know if you're still on all fours, Byron.
Yes, thank you.
You just Talia. My respect for you has increased immeasurably.
I say this as like I'm clearly like pantomiming eating dirt. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Normally I'm skeptical of your methods, but today you earned my respect.
Cool.
Okay.
Let's push on because I think we want to deal with the spirits or whatever. So the town has helped.
Yes. I mean that was my goal, but we should probably still do what we were kind of paid to do.
I mean, we're not even paid, honestly. Like that
Not paid and then chastised for, and then possibly gain a mortal enemy. But you know.
Hey, all I'm saying is that's all I'm saying.
But at the very least, those townsfolk probably need us to help them sleep easy at night. So, what do you say, Spider-Man? Should we go up the hill with your magical seal?
Let's do it.
All right.
So we're just like, wait, I thought the Silk Road was roughly straight, or does it also kind of go up?
What do you mean? Sorry.
Like if we're gonna take the silk wrapped wood and we go deeper into it, we're like following a deep pitch black.
Yeah, you're following the large stones that are like embedded in the ground, like the large flat ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as I recall, they sort of get pretty steep.
It does get fairly steep here. Yes.
Okay.
But you have a clear path to follow, so it's not
Right.
hard. You don't. It's easy to not get lost.
I thought like the bluffs to our right or whatever was like a lot taller, and we were kind of more like gentle slope, but
basically the path around to the right and also around to the left are much more gentle, but they're much longer.
whereas
Whereas
switchbacks and stuff. Okay.
this whole area in here is kind of like a little hollow, or like a so like these sides are quite steep here, but they are very gradual. Whereas this north side is actually it's slightly less steep than these sides, but not much. It's quite steep as it goes directly up. But you're able to follow it fairly straightforwardly. So
Let's go deep into the woods and the darkness.
yeah,
Right.
so the trees slowly get thin out and become less enmeshed in silk. The wind cools as you ascend, and finally the trees almost entirely give way. Only a few scraggly brushes and the odd brave tree remain. The wind is howling over this plateau. As you ascend over an edge, you reach a plateau just below the mountain's peak. A number of obelisks are scattered all around, engraved with runes. Most have cracked or fallen. Against the mountain's, I guess, I don't want to say wall, but like this plateau where it meets the base of the mountain's peak is a massive throne, fit for a giant. Indeed, before your eyes, a massive ghostly figure reclines, lapsing in and out of visibility before your very eyes.
Ooh.
That's terrifying.
You hear a booming sound come from the throne.
Is it intelligible, or is it just like
It
literally
is
like
not.
thunder?
It sounds almost like rolling thunder.
Rolling thunder.
So sorry, there's a giant throne with a ghost figure that's like coming in and out of
Yeah, there's a ghostly
manifestation.
figure reclining on the throne, yes.
Is it? And sorry, is it like it's like visible and invisible, like kind of coming back and forth?
Yeah, it's like a ghost.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well,
So
yeah.
it's visible, it kind of isn't. It's kind of
Okay.
both, it becomes more visible and then less, ghost
Okay,
stuff.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyway, before too long you hear another like you don't respond to the booming sound, so another one comes, but this makes sense to your ear. Speak, small folk.
We have come to seek your aid.
I am not used to granting the requests of someone who brings me no favor.
I turn to Byron and I kind of ask for the seal.
Okay. Here's a seal. I want me to raise a seal or?
Sure, well, I'd say, is this yours?
Oh yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna say is this yours. I'm just gonna play with it in front of
I
him.
assume that Talia said out loud, "Is this yours?"
Yeah.
Because
No, I know. I'm saying what I'm doing. I'm just gonna play with it.
Okay.
While you're talking.
Okay. You hold my seal.
Yes.
What of it? I did
Uh,
not grant you that seal.
Yes, we wish to return it to you.
So be it. It is a mark of my authority. I can easily make another.
Of course. Rather, we just wanted to right things that should be righted.
Indeed. And what, pray tell, do you believe needs to be righted?
Well, since you ask, there is a group of townsfolk who seem to be feeling the domino effect of something. I don't know what. But something in the mountain is driving out the wolves, which are pushing into the town.
And since nothing in the mountain moves without your consent, we come here to try to right whatever is happening, even if it is just to beg your favor.
I nod.
Sorry, what are you asking exactly? You just kind of like talked about
If you
stuff.
Yeah, basically, if you can please help us with the thing where whatever is happening, like maybe surreptitiously we're kind of understanding that he's driving them away, but we're just kind of like, there's this problem where these wolves, for some reason, possibly ghostly powers, I don't know, are getting driven away from the mountain into the town, and we're coming to like ask for you to help us out with like that not happening.
You see, like the ghost, like almost like shrugs. He says, "It is the place of the small folk to suffer. Why should I involve myself?"
I look at the seal again. What does it say again? It says Seal, King of Bjorn, Giant Ancestral Plane, and all of the small folk. It does not say caretaker of the small folk. It just says king of the small folk.
Well, I'm sure that whatever is harassing them hopefully won't come and bother you eventually. Whatever happens to them, I'm sure it'll never come to your doorstep. Unlike us, who made our way up here very easily.
Perhaps we can do something for you, to make it worthy of your time to help the small folk.
I have no interest in helping the small folk, but if you are wishing to pledge yourself in my service, I will not reject a resourceful servant.
I kind of turn to Byron and Austin, and I'm like, raise my eyebrow. Do we do it?
Well, I think us Me lying got us into this situation. Maybe doing something right will get us out of it.
Is this even doing something right?
What does he want?
I don't know. I mean, he hasn't even agreed to help stop whatever is driving things out of the mountain into the town.
You know
Although,
what? I'm okay with running interference on a date for him if he needs it. But
okay,
yes, maybe let's see what he wants. I don't know yet, but I do not mind this.
Osmond, how do you feel?
Yeah.
Is Osmond there? Do we lose Osmond?
Sorry, no, I was talking. I was
okay.
muted. I'm trying to recall what invocation I can to.
Osmond is silently casting magic in the background.
No, I'm trying to think if I. Yeah, okay, there we go.
Is it again King Bjorn? King Bjorn of the giants of the central plain and all of the small folk. Wonder if he thinks that to mean all the small folk everywhere?
All the
Or just of the central
small
plain?
folk. 2 towns, maybe.
What's the magic you're thinking of casting, Osmond?
Reading his aura.
Oh.
Or
Vibe check.
reading, possibly reading his thoughts,
Jeez.
or sensing his intent.
Right, I get what you're getting at.
I think just perceiving his aura isn't too bad. If anything, I'll it's not
You're gonna
like
burst into blood.
It seems less bad to me than trying to read his thoughts. It's less intrusive to be like, are you
Right,
good?
right.
Are you color? Is your color blue?
Right, that's fair. That's
rather
fair.
than being like, tell me your most inner desire.
Right.
Tell me your
Okay.
belief or creed, instead of just being like, let's just read this aura, whatever.
What are we looking at? What spell are we looking, or what invocation are we looking
I'm
at?
going to pray. I'm going to start mumbling a prayer. To receive a vision of the lords of law, chaos and law. Nothing remains hidden from the penetrating insight of the lords of chaos and law. I could well under it, I could see things that are hidden, whether spirits behind the spirit's eyes, held belief, blah blah blah. But I'm just gonna not try to peer too deeply, because I don't think I shouldn't.
Right, so you're just sensing intent, basically.
Either I don't know if I want to read thoughts.
Sorry.
I might just be
just reading aura.
read his aura.
Okay.
Be like, is he like a good guy or is he like neutral here? Like, you know what I mean? Like, get a vibe check. Not really his intent with us, because I really don't care if as long as he's not like being like, oh, you gotta go kill a bunch of people. I'd be like, oh, whatever. I'm not gonna say no to that. Like, say yes, but I think I could do a vibe check. So yeah, so I'm just gonna pray. It takes 2 turns on the grind. Gives me 3 immortal burden, so I'll have to do that test.
Oh my goodness.
But it would be ob 1 if to do his to sense his aura for even being dead. I think that's my just general vibe check. It's either like sensing his intent.
This seems just like a vibe check, right?
Yeah. I don't really like prayer too hard.
Check.
I don't want to like stare into the eyes of a giant undead beast and be like, bend to my will. I'm more like, is this thing truthful? Like, that's more the question.
It'll just be 1, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're just reading it. You're just reading his aura. That's all. You're just doing a vibe check. I got you.
Okay.
That makes me think of for some reason.
But
You guys ever play Shadow of Mordor?
I never did.
No.
It's been a hot minute.
I considered it, but I never got around to it.
Is
Yeah.
this the PS3 game or the PS2 one?
PS3, I think,
Yeah.
or maybe even
Yeah.
PS4.
Possibly. Yeah.
I think I remember playing it with you, Sean, on that one day we were up for 24 hours.
No, that was a different one. That's a
Oh,
different
okay. Never mind. That was a good day.
side. Choose side.
Just thinking. There was
Choose.
the.
We're just sitting there and mumbling a prayer out of the.
Well, presumably you're doing this while we talk, right?
Yeah.
You're muted. I don't know if you were mentioning this beforehand, but
The torch
I
was
like-
out because we're talking
I mean,
too
I
long.
don't think it'll actually take that long, or will it? I don't know how long this is supposed to take.
It takes two turns.
Oh, okay.
Whatever that
Okay.
means. I'm just sitting here mumbling, and then yeah, let's see what happens. It does succeed, but I need to immediately make a health test. I think to avoid
Okay.
something or whatever. Since you're in excess, you must test health against your current burden. My burden is now 3.
don't forget to give yourself a pass on Ritualist.
Not me.
That reminds me, can I mark that scouting success for helping you?
Only if you
needed
use
to
his fate
to fate beforehand to say that you were
Okay.
going to get a check for helping.
Never mind. I meant like a point for success, not a check.
Oh no, sorry. By check he means like a point of advancement.
Yeah.
No, I mean
Yeah.
that's not a thing.
That's the
Yeah,
yeah.
That's what we were
Just
talking
double
about.
checking.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Alright, since you excessively burning, you must test your health against the total current burden upon completion of the invocation. Oh shit. Alright, let's see how badly this F's me up.
I don't like that phrasing.
Well,
Wait, where are we talking about?
Okay.
Pop that fake. Pop that fake.
Is there a 6?
you
Yeah.
could for a 50-50.
No. I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm just made hungry and thirsty because of the fail.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, so I test my health as soon as basically the skill I did, it was successful, so that still happens. But now I test my mortal burden, and then fail, I mark conditions equal to my margin of failure, starting in grind order. So I just get.
Sorry, this is page 209.
101 of
101.
of
Okay.
the Dungeoneer's Handbook.
Sorry, Sean. You test your health or your will?
My health.
Oh, I think you might want to roll an extra die then.
Oh, I get an extra die. I did test will. Excellent. Get an extra die.
Right. What's your order right now?
3.
Oh, but you're not
Ooh.
using the appropriate relic. That's why.
Yeah, because I'm not using
Right.
the appropriate relic. I don't have a relic of that. I'm just casting it. Okay, so I don't get hungry and thirsty even. It's all good, but now
Okay.
I get a level 3 stigmata, bleed from the eyes or ears, speak in tongues, speak to beasts, limbs become rigid, etc. And I guess, or you could apply like multiple maybe of the lower ones, which is strain marks
Alexa, this
appear under
is-
the skin, speak in languages henceforth unknown, shakes uncontrollably, etc.
Wait,
Oh.
what's your Urther?
It's level 3. So this is
So
one
and you're at 4 or?
oh no, my Erd, like my ability to maintain it is 1. So it's 2 above.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But it's my total is 3, and I think it
No,
doesn't.
no, yeah. I just that's when I was asking what your Urther is. Like, that's what level can you take on?
Oh yeah,
You
it's
can only
definitely
take
above.
once.
I'm not just being like, I'm not even skipping that. It is above, and I
right.
needed to make that test, and now I am
All right.
Suffering some sort of
I'm
stigma.
gonna say a limb becomes rigid, but the limb is your neck.
I'm Batman.
You can't turn your head.
No count as a limb.
Oh god.
It's kind of just like stuck there on your shoulders. And the reason is because your eyes are transfixed with the massive magical aura of this giant. So yeah, it's hold on. So as you might expect, the aura of a giant tends to be chaotic. I think that's how the giants work in this, right? They tend to be more with the Lords of Chaos, right?
I
don't
don't
know.
It's up to you. I don't know. I was
Is
like,
it kind of canon that like chaos is bad and law is good?
No.
no. Just like entropy, destruction, free will, freedom. That's all chaos.
Oh, okay.
Protection, civilization.
Like one of the indications you call on the Lords of Law and Chaos at the same time. So
Yeah.
like they clearly have like a symbiotic relationship, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
If you're like aligned with one, it means you like agree with one more than the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he has a chaotic aura, but it is, you can see the specters of violence and war all over, but you don't sense like outright malice. There is a coldness that comes with expecting to be obeyed.
Okay.
But he seems as moral as any king can be said to be.
Pass the vibe check.
Not very, but not like
Oh, scary. Yeah.
he's trustworthy as any king would be, aka not very, but
Hmm.
completely untrustworthy.
Hmm.
He's not lying to you outright for no reason.
Right.
At least it doesn't seem that way.
Didn't say he's not responsible for it, but he did said nothing.
Oh, I mean, you're just doing a vibe check,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
You're not.
I'm like sitting here, like my neck's
He may
frozen.
not be responsible for certain things, but that would be reading his mind, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I didn't want to do that anyway because I felt like
He's not evil, but he's not good either. You know,
Mhm.
he's mercenary. He's a king. You know,
Mhm.
he's gonna do what it takes to maintain his grip on power.
So I'm getting a strong lawful neutral vibe from this guy.
Probably closer to chaotic neutral because he's
Oh, okay.
he's more about. I mean, he's a king, but he's the he's a king in like the personal valor kind of king. You know, like
I see.
you
I
gain
see.
respect with this man or with this giant through, personal acts.
Oh, interesting. Talia is actually somewhat amenable to this idea. Okay.
yeah. So
I guess.
I whisper to you like I'm like I've gods the gods have blessed me with the knowledge that he's uh he's he's a king in spirit and noble, though not without violence. But wait, I mean, I'm just basically being like he's no more like untrustworthy than any human king.
Mm-hmm. Talia hears the word violence and looks at her greatsword that she hasn't used in. Actually, she's used it recently, but she's itching to use it again. She's like,
Maybe if we get into his service and he tells us something, we can get an idea of what's going on.
mm-hmm.
Do we?
All right, I have given you enough time to confer. What is your answer? Will you assist me with my tasks?
I take my greatsword and I put it in my hands.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm like, do we? I don't know if we should we just say like yes for now. Like I don't want to be like bound to him forever.
Yeah. I guess that's a fair question. What does our service entail? Are we merely?
What is the length of the service?
Yeah.
That's
Should
the
discuss that.
one question, and then other than that, I will happily give you an answer.
What do you take me for? I am no demon. When I ask a man when I bind a man in service, it is for the duration of the tasks that I ask of him.
Oh, perfect. I will say yes. I don't really need. You seem fine. Pass the vibe check.
Yeah, I can dig it.
He's also like I said, he's a giant, right? He's not like you're not signing a contract with him. You're just agreeing to do what he asks.
Right.
Yeah, but he's a magical
He's
giant.
also, I was gonna say, he's also a ghost though. So
I mean, I'm just
I don't
saying,
know.
you know, he seems like I mean, he understands why you're being careful, but he's like, come on,
I'm a
I
giant.
wouldn't do that sort of thing. If I want to kill you, I'll just beat you to death with my bare hands. Like, why would I trick you into doing something?
For
enough.
amusement, obviously. For amusement.
That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe if he was, you know.
I know not the minds of powerful beings, but I get my greatsword out and I kind of take it and like plunk it in the ground and say, "I'm itching to use this thing, and I'm eager to do whatever you feel is necessary to help those townsfolk down the hill." So, I kneel.
Very well.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm like, yeah, well said.
Very well. It is the case. Sorry. Now, I am no fool. I am aware of my condition.
Mm.
You seem unafeared of me, but
I'm like sweating bullets and my neck is like stiff.
Yeah. Which is wise. However, I cannot reign on this earth forever in my current state. I am trapped here, with no one to succeed me. I am bound to this place. But the reason that I have been awakened is because I do indeed have an heir. Someone who can inherit my throne and my title. Such as it is, he like looks down, he's like, my kingdom lies in ruins. Nevertheless, the birthright it has been maintained and must be inherited through this right.
Hmm.
So, what I ask of you is that you find my descendant. I have been awakened because his presence nears mine. He is on this mountain. Find him and bring him to me so that so that he may inherit his birthright.
Interesting.
What's his name?
King. Oh, sorry.
I do not know his name. All I know is that he exists.
King Bjorn, would we be right to assume that this heir would be? Is it a blood relation? Like, is he also a giant? He or she?
He is a descendant of mine. That is all
Okay.
I know. Time. He's like looks off over the horizon. He says, "Time is difficult to ascertain. I know not how many generations it has been. I had many progeny."
Hmm. Cyclopean progeny, perhaps?
He like shrugs. He says, "If you refer to that dullard who resides upon the bluff, no, he is no relation of mine.
Ah.
He merely knows his betters."
I see.
What's beyond him? What's he guarding for you? Are we not allowed to ask?
Yeah, if we're allowed to know.
He's
Fair
like,
enough.
"You may ask whatever you like of me, but I will not answer."
Fair enough. Are we to understand we should not go there, correct?
He shrugs. He says, "I grant you no permission."
Okay. Just making sure. Because we got to scour this mountain for your heir, right? So, okay. Now, when you say mountain, do you just mean like until the mountain touches the ground, or like is it a broader area? Should we go beyond the mountain foot? Do you think?
I will like this mountain, like this mountainous area, it kind of like stands on its own. Like it's kind of like a mountain that's kind of like just sticking up in the middle of the plain. Like there are foothills, which are clearly not mountains. So it's yeah. I would
Okay.
say that it's like the area that you've been exploring is most of the mountain.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Well, I look past. Like, is there anywhere to go past this king? Like, is there another path
I
that we can
mean,
follow, or is this kind of like the end
No,
of the road?
this is kind of like the end of the line. Yeah.
Interesting. Because I feel like the only other places to explore are the place we're not allowed to go, and if I look over the edge, do I see the swamp down to the west side?
There's also this area. Yeah, I was gonna say there's also another path that comes from the Silken Pines and heads into that area, which you guys haven't explored
Which
at
one,
all.
sorry?
Like this whole area here.
I'm not seeing your pings for some reason. I don't know why.
Are you in the map?
Is everyone else seeing it? Wait.
Are you in the
I think so.
Heartlands map, not the world map?
Oh, I was in the world map. I was like, why is everything so tiny? Okay, thank you. Yes, that cobblestone path, right? Because we just assumed it connected, but that was an assumption.
No, I asked specifically, and he said this is a different path.
Oh, okay. Well, very well.
Okay, let's go searching, because I feel like this is important to know.
Yeah, it's honestly kind of nice to be like properly employed for once.
Yeah, and it'll help the people. All right, well, let's head
Yeah.
down the mountain then. We bid leave of you. Like I'm a little like I don't know how to address the king of the mountain.
He just slowly fades away before your vision.
Okay.
Oh, goodbye.
All right, so we are now employed, and we can use this sigil.
I guess so. Yeah, he doesn't have to make one for us.
Usefully.
That's kind of handy.
Did he? Now, here's the question: where did we found this on the dead guy?
Yeah, the guy in the in that foul water camp.
All right.
How did he get it?
He either stole it or he was in employ by this guy.
Also possible. This was. You're here to replace our previous employee. Don't mind the dead body.
Yeah, like because like the other guy who died, he's like he made us do it. He bound. Did he say he bound us to do it or begged us?
Oh fuck, that's right.
I'm trying to think of like the words of the sinking tarn, like those guys too. Like they were like talking about like being forced to do something, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, this is sounding familiar. It's all flooding back to Talia. She starts to have
I hate to
Kill Bill
think the giant.
flashback.
But
I think the giant's responsible.
honestly, if it's someone new, I guess it couldn't. I was like, maybe it's the bandit king and like bandit leader, and why he's like killing is because he's a mountain man. But then he's probably always been camping on the mountain, so he would have woken a lot longer ago. Someone new. I don't know. Let's just go down the mountain and we'll go search the other parts and see who we can find. I don't know. We could also like, yeah, let's just do that.
I agree.
Okay.
The heir apparent is actually the only 11-foot tall villager that no one seems to talk about. Really unremarkable. This two man height person.
All right. So where are you headed?
Cobblestone path, I think.
I think we need to light a torch.
Yes.
Is it raining still?
No, I was gonna say the rain stopped when you broke camp. Sorry.
Excellent.
I was gonna say that when you made camp that it broke.
Okay, so we're probably like in the woods here, but we have to go back through the silken wrapped woods, which we definitely need a torch to do that. Let's light a torch. One of the three. Who has the torches in their bag?
I think it would have to be Byron because I think he's the only person who has pack space for it.
All right, write 3 out of 4 torches because I'm gonna light one of the new ones we've made.
All right.
We'll hold it so that because you don't have to.
I got 3 out of 4 torches.
Choose side.
Yep.
Yeah, so let's just go down the
Okay.
Silken Pines and try to look for someone on the mountain, I guess.
Sorry, yeah. So I misspoke. You remember where you found the shovel? There was also a path going into the woods in that direction.
Okay, let's go there
So-
then.
So
Okay.
yeah, I wasn't looking at this map the whole time. Were you pointing out where all the walkways were and stuff? I was just doing theater of the mind, but this new blue thing, is that new?
Yeah, that's a
just
path
now.
he described, but didn't light up.
I didn't mark it because you guys didn't go down it. So I was just
Oh,
like,
okay.
well, if you guys
So we could
back,
go all
I'll-
the way back because like going up this way was like the more straightforward way, or wherever it went. We kind of went to
Right.
the bandit camp, I think. Do we want to go to here and go up this pathway, or do we want to like come back down and then maybe walk this way? If it heads down, and maybe it connects. And let's do that. We'll go to the large stones, and if it connects this way to over here, it connects. If not, it's just
Okay.
It's more
Alright.
thorough.
Yep. So you light the torch, head back down there. Large stones. Okay.
Probably like in like this region where our horses are, somewhere in here.
Yes. So at the fork, you see where you remember the place where you picked up the shovel. Yep. So the path descends into darkness.
Yeah, I mean, let's.
Then we brought this torch.
Yeah, the torch. It's like this torch is lasting a lot longer, but I guess walking downhill is a lot quicker. Shrug. Let's go into the darkness.
All right.
Yeah.
I love darkness.
I like swing my shoulders around. And it's like I love darkness as well.
All right. So the forest, though dark, has a well enough marked path to walk along. It's wide, but it winds quite a bit as it ascends and descends through the trees. Before long, you notice a fork in the road. But now that you think about it, you're not entirely sure that it's the first fork that you've seen.
How do you mean? Like on this one path itself?
You might be lost.
Oh.
Maybe. You just like can't really figure out where you came from or where you're going.
Huh.
And there's not like a common slow. It's just a little confusing, and like there's forks. There's actually a bunch of forks on the road now, and you're wondering which one. Yeah, it's a bit strange.
Oh dear. This seems like
Anyway, I
magical.
believe in you guys.
It seems like magical chicanery.
Eh,
Okay.
Oh no, we're trapped in the back rooms.
Talia is going to try and find the way back to where we came from. I'm going to try and retrace our steps. Not push forward. I guess I am.
I think we should all hold hands so we don't get lost or scared.
I'm already very scared.
Okay, so we don't get lost then.
We're definitely
Right.
lost. That's the
yeah,
problem.
you guys don't know where to go. There's just paths.
Okay,
What
more
do you wanna
lost.
Is there anything that distinguishes the paths from each other, or is it literally just random?
I mean, if there were things that easily distinguish them, then you wouldn't be
Yeah.
lost.
I mean, fair enough. But like, not so much in terms of. Okay, well, maybe I should reframe that. So, because you said we were going down into the darkness, is everything on the same elevation,
You
or is
were
there
at the
anything?
start, and then you climbed over a hill, and then you turned left, and then you went back down again, but then you kind of turned up again when you went back up into the right. And when you went that way, was there a fork going off to the left? Maybe there was.
Okay.
But maybe not. You're not 100% sure. Anyway, there's a fork here now. But you could have sworn that you've seen it before, and last time you went left. But is this the same fork? Wait, there weren't any forks then. What is this?
So Watto bet the two slaves against the ship with the pod racer, but Qui-Gon put up his own ship. No, I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm so.
We don't have rope, right?
We do have rope.
I do have rope. I wonder if we like. That probably won't work. We could like tie ourselves together and then like walk in different directions and see what happens.
I mean, we get 50 feet apart. This probably seems a little whatever. Yeah. I was thinking we just dig a hole, and then we go and see if we come back to this hole. If we're actually that turned around.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. I do have this shovel now.
Yeah, I don't know if we can just mark the walls, is there?
You could mark the walls. I guess that'd be like if we wanted to push on. Or if we just like pushed in on a path and continued being lost, trying to get our way back. Do we just not know at all? Is it very dark here, and that's why we can't get our sense of direction?
It is very dark here, and that is why you can't get your sense of direction.
Okay.
It's like in a very
even
dark
with our torch.
The problem that you're encountering.
No, like we can't see the sun. We can't see the sun. We don't know which. We're just in a bunch of trees, right? Like I think that's where we're talking.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris, you were saying?
No. I mean, Sean's right on the money here. Look, man, I'm not. There's no need to get fancy about it. I just like you guys are lost. You don't know where you are. You don't know where to go.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You know, it's a problem.
Yeah.
No need to overthink it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like our memories are being stolen or anything. Thank you for not.
Exactly.
Not doing that.
It's nothing fancy. You're just lost.
I was like, enchanted forest.
It's a forest. Like it's a forest, and you can't figure out where things are.
What? I'm gonna call out to see if, because like we're supposed to be finding somebody. Let's be like, like hello, anyone there? Well, what's the worst that could happen, right? Like we get attacked by a bunch of wolves. Like
maybe. What's a wolf?
Oh yeah, all right, grip my greatsword. It's like maybe.
Like, and I shrug. Like that's fine, right? Like if we all get murdered. Hello.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I'm okay.
Is there any response? Any sounds?
No. Your voice echoes through the trees, but no response.
See.
Is there a way we can shine light on this seal and just make like a Batman symbol in the sky?
Probably not.
Or equivalent. Okay.
Lost.
Wait, this lamp is useless, right? I'm still carrying this broken lamp.
Well, the good test of whether or not we're actually lost, we put the lamp down and then walk it away from it. And if we come back to the lamp, we're definitely completely lost.
You know what?
I like your idea of putting a marker.
I was gonna say, what if we just start hawking the lamp in front of us so that we don't? I don't know. What if we just find a magic thing? I don't know.
I feel like that's like part of the Pathfinder skill, though, right? Is to like put a mark on a tree and then walk in that direction, and blaze a trail. Like, I think if you were to do that, maybe we could get somewhere. But where exactly is away from here?
Yeah, that's the problem. Is that to pathfind, you have to go somewhere, right? You can't pathfind to anywhere.
Yeah.
All right. I'm severely well read in real life on how to escape a place. We've gotten off trail. So we need
severely.
I'm like too well read for someone like this. We can just establish that this is our base. Then we hold the rope up, and we get a really long rope, and we need two poles. And so someone goes about 15 feet dead, like one direction, and you hold the pole up, like so that it balances, and then he has a pole. You got to make these poles, and then you can go that direction, and so you could sight from the main part. But we need to mark this first. So let us. How are we going to mark this area as our base camp? Because then we just go that way a couple of hours, because we've been gone maybe not that long. So that then we come back to this if we find our way back to this place by basically reversing it and walking dead straight.
I see what you're saying.
And the best way to walk dead straight is essentially by aiming.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, you basically aim you basically have a pole, and you aim and you walk it, and then you walk straight through the woods until you hit a tree. Then you like take a step left, take a step right, and then keep going. And then you like 2 people are less likely to walk in a circle than one person. And then especially if you have like a really long thing that you actually need to like walk in a circle, and then one group like walks behind you, so that if you do start veering, he's like, no, straighten out and walk. This is how the French military basically treks through the woods.
Okay.
That's why I've never encountered them.
But that's why they're lost.
Oswald uses his power in the Foreign Legion.
But no, I don't know. Like, see, the thing is like, that's if you're completely lost, and then you just like come back and then do a different direction, and eventually you'll get to a path that you've found. But honestly, I don't know how that's either going to help or hinder us in this situation, or if we even require that. We could just like continue walking.
You know what? There's no way I could be allowed to attempt to scout right now, would there? Because I'm thinking of maybe just using a trait to help be able to like see in the dark at least, or at least to offer us some supernatural aid.
I think you can attempt anything.
I would love to attempt just a scouting thing then.
Are we actually like lost as in like we've treaded these paths before? Is there like a path we're on? Like it just rained. Is there like our footprints here?
It's a cobblestone path.
Oh, it is a cobblestone path. Oh, it's like a bunch of cobblestone paths, maybe? Is the question?
I mean, yeah, basically. It looks like it's a bunch of weird cobblestone paths twisting through the woods. And yeah, like I said, you've come up to a fork, and you're like, oh wait, there wasn't any forks in the road. Were there? And then you turn around and there was, and you're like, wait, where did I come from?
Yeah.
And then you walk down one, you're like, da da da.
Okay.
I want to try and scout the area in general, if that's all right. Or at least I want to see if I can figure out like where we came from or where to go. I feel like if we figure out where we came from, we can figure out where to go. Or at least the path that we took, linear path.
Yeah, I think you can do whatever you
I
want.
feel like we should just make an arrow by removing some of the cobblestones in the form of an arrow, and then follow that path to see where it leads us.
I'm cautious of messing with local infrastructure, because what if we get in trouble for messing with the cobblestone roads and something's like, hey, you're damaging property?
No, I think we'll be fine. I mean, we're in the employ of the king.
Yeah, but you can be employee of the king and get in trouble for embezzling. In this case, we're embezzling stones.
Yeah, but it's harder. I like Osmond's idea of leaving markers or having some kind of reference point, because I don't know how. Like, that seems like a good way to help us get unlost.
This is just a maze, right? We just need to like follow it around it and have make sure we are able to like keep track of where we've been. So if we like, if we keep presumably we've been following a path. So if it stops being a path, we just stop following it and turn around and go back the way we came. And if there's markers on the ground, we can follow back to here, which is good, because then we can just go a different direction and then hopefully find our way back, or to a new area. And then if it's not good, as in like either loop back around, we either know that it's a big circle or magic. Or those are the two options, I think. It's either a big circle somehow, maybe forming some sort of image up the mountain, or something like that.
Does the put the hand on the leftmost wall of the maze help you get out have any bearing in this world? Or is that even a thing that's been proven or disproven to work?
That's proven to work, as long as it follows Euclidean geometry. So if it's not magic, it will work.
Wait, will it? I thought you could make like mazes where that doesn't work.
That's if you wanted the goal is in the center, but if the goal is on the edge and the escape is on the edge.
That's right. If the place you're trying to get to is on the edge, it will work.
It will work. Presumably that the path, like again, it'll be perfect if we want to get back to where we are going. But if we have to like follow, say, a cobblestone path that we think it's the path that isn't, then that won't help at all. Because when we're like, okay. But I think that could work. Presumably it's also not a big circle. But if it is a big circle, we need to know that we came back here, and then we just choose the other edge and do that edge. So I think we should definitely make a marker, and I think the way I want to make the marker is with a shovel, and I want to make like some sort of like circle off to the side, or like in the road, like take off like a couple of the cobblestones with the shovel, and then like put them like along the side of the like on the side that we're gonna follow.
Okay, I see.
On that road.
So the right hand rule, it only works if all of the walls are connected together or to the maze's outer boundary.
Yeah.
Because if it's like an island in the middle of the maze, you'll just walk around in circles forever.
Right, but that's the point of like if I make a marker on the circle, we walk around and we come back to it.
You've come back to it.
We
exactly.
switch to the other side and then go that way.
You'll either come back to the place where you were, or you will reach an exit.
Yeah.
And if you come back to the place where you were, you'll know that it won't work, and you'll need to find another way out.
Yeah. That's the trick of that one.
I got you.
So I need to make a marker, and I think the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to dig a hole, maybe laborer with a shovel.
Sure.
In the stone, like I'm like pry a few stones loose and pile it.
The cobblestones. We'll go with just an ob2 laborer test. Oh no, ob2 might as well. They're stones. They're pretty big.
Or is it sapper, the new skill? That's something about digging. I haven't really read that skill. I don't have it, but
let me see. I don't think it'll probably. I mean,
I guess that's about like digging a hole.
Digging is technically 2.
Yeah, I would go with ob2. Sappers are digging tunnels.
Okay.
So yeah, or traps.
Ob2 labor.
Yeah, just digging a hole, digging a good old fashioned hole is ob2 laborer.
Can help peasant.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't assist you. I can give you the shovel, which I think counts as gear.
Yep.
I do not have labor. I'm so sorry.
Shovel will count as gear.
You don't have peasant?
I do not have peasant.
No, I don't know why I think like all fighters have peasant. You
no.
You don't have peasant?
Nope.
Damn you.
I was raised
fighter.
on Valinor.
Yeah. I have Rider and Mentor and Commander. Those are my random skills.
Oh no, we're both geeks.
We're all geeks here. No.
No, there's no jock brute with us right now.
All right. Let's roll this. Yeah.
Nice.
Make like a central mark, and we'll put it on one of the sides of the path, and then we'll just follow the path. And if we come back, it's a circle or magic.
All right. So you set off through the woods, and I will say.
Also, we're hungry and thirsty now because it's a grind.
Yes, you're hungry and thirsty. So, so how are you traversing? Are you following the right hand rule?
Yeah, I think we're gonna follow the right hand rule, and if we get to like an area that like wasn't, you know what I mean, like presumably some of these cobblestones are washed out, and
Yep. And
whatever,
become dead ends.
however we've got here, we're following a cobblestone path. We're not gonna be like, oh, the path seems to go, but we don't know like where it goes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if we would have just left the path like that. Maybe we would have. Maybe that's what we got here in the first place. But I'm
Right.
assuming we're following a cobblestone path, and if it just kind of like ends, we're just gonna be like, okay, it not here. I don't think.
All right. I'm
Like
just
the
gonna,
way forward might be here, but we're gonna turn around and like go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, okay. So you follow this rule. You follow the paths one by one. You stick to your guns. I'm not going to have you make a Pathfinder test because you've described a method by which you were acting, which makes sense. So in one of you haven't come back to the where you were, nor have you found an exit. You're still wandering through the woods, but ahead of you, at the foot of a tree, is a man crouched, with his head like tucked, like, or his head like between his like knees, just like sitting on the ground, shivering.
Are you okay?
He is lanky and filthy. He almost looks like a priest, but his clothes have been torn and he has got he's bloody.
Oh wow.
He is seated among a pile of bones and is blessing them with a rib clutched in his hands.
Like a bone rib, or just he's eating ribs, like meat on them. They're all sauteed.
Yeah, no, he's having a delicious rib meal that he made with the fire that isn't here, and it's definitely not a human rib, probably.
Mm.
Oh, that's very good.
Are you being sarcastic? I'm gonna have a
He's
little
being
trouble here.
sarcastic. He's being sarcastic.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's not.
it-
He's not. Yeah. Now, me personally, when I have a delicious rib feast, I don't crouch in the woods and get myself all filthy and bloody before I do that. I tend to do that in my backyard, by the pool.
Oh, look, that's not your backyard. It's my backyard.
Right.
Anyway, this guy is clearly in a bad way.
Yeah, I was gonna say it seems like
I'm
he's.
picturing like Cronus here.
We put.
No,
I'm
sorry,
gonna,
just
I-
to.
I'm gonna put my backpack on the ground on the side of the road that we were following to not lose sight of that.
Okay.
And then yeah, what were you gonna say?
Oh, just to clarify,
spin my
Chris,
shoulders to you.
Is he like doing what looks like some kind of ritual, or is he just like being
It
miserable
does look
in the
like
woods?
he's doing some kind of ritual.
Okay.
Well, it looks like it.
Yeah. Are you
Mhm.
okay? I say to him.
I'm gonna say hail and well met, or whatever standard kind of like
Yeah.
venture rich like saying there is. I don't know. That sounds pretty good.
I raise my right arm vertically up and my left arm horizontally out to imply that we are at least familiar with Pythagorean triangles, so he knows we're intelligent.
I don't know if that gives that meaning, but I wait for him to like talk back to us.
Yes, I was gonna say he looks up to you and says, "Hello, friends."
Oh,
Oh.
hello, friend.
Hi.
What's your name?
He laughs. I'm Norin. Well met, friends.
Well, Matt. How long have you been here,
He's
Norin?
kind of like nodding.
Yeah. This guy's clearly got a few screws loose.
Hello, Norin.
How long have you been here, Norin?
Oh, I don't know.
Hmm. How old is this guy?
He looks relatively young. He's not an old man.
Okay. What you doing with the bones over there?
I am blessing them.
Ah, to who?
What?
Like,
Oh, sorry, to who?
well, like, yeah, like who are you using to bless this? Like, upon which power do you bless this?
The gods, of course.
Okay. Like any god in particular, or just
I don't know, different gods for different purposes, right?
okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's saying that.
this is a very like polytheistic
I was gonna say, like
religion. If you
he's
sorry.
praying to the gods.
Yeah, it's more
right?
like it's more like Greek gods, where it's like each god you'd be like worship for a specific action. So you'd be like, this obviously the god of the dead, you know, and is like the god of the dead for this area.
I wonder,
here-
like, why do you bless them? For what purpose?
Do you?
Because they have departed.
Yeah, that sucks.
They're human bones? I thought you said they were animal bones, right?
No, he was being joking. I think he said obviously not human bones.
No, I'm just saying that they're bones. You don't know what kind of bones they are. You want to know what kind of bones they are? That's a hunter test. Sounds like to me. They
Is
look
there
like
a skull of a
bones.
human head there? Or?
You don't notice any skulls. I would have told you if there were skulls. Come on.
Yeah.
Humans can't help but see faces.
That's
You
fair.
would see it if there were skulls. They're just bones, but I don't know. Maybe they're human bones. I don't know. Do you look? Are you a bone expert?
Yeah.
Do you
So
know
what
a
was his-
human bone versus an animal bone when you see one? Like, seems like the kind of thing you need to make a check for.
Hmm.
If
What was
you're
his
really
name
into
again?
measuring skulls, I'm like you.
His name is
Norin.
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 Norin. Norin.
Norin, would you like to come with us, Norin?
He's like, would I? He's like, why not?
Okay, we're trying to
He like
Find-
stands up, and you could see that he's like clearly like he's got like he's like fucked up. Like he's got like injuries all over his body.
Ooh.
He's yeah. But sorry, I shouldn't say injuries. It looks like they've like his wounds have closed. So he's not like injured, but he's clearly in a bad way.
But he was wounded.
Yes, although his wounds look like they've closed, but his clothes are
Yeah.
bloody.
Right.
Yeah.
He sucked it up one too many times.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I guess in game mechanic terms, it seems like he sucked it up.
Norin,
Yes.
are these bones human or not? Would you know?
He looks at the rib in his hands. He's like,
Or humanoid intelligence?
they are my dear friends.
What happened to them?
He like shudders. He's like, I. He's like clearly like panicking a little bit, and he just starts breathing deeply, and then it seems like he forgets what you asked him as his eyes like kind of like glaze over.
Getting some strong Farnham vibes, if anyone knows who that is.
I don't know. I kind of want to like offer him to do a funeral and like bury them, but I'm gonna go get some sushi and I'll be right back in a second.
Okay.
It is a good idea. I was half hoping to provoke him.
I find it interesting that we thought it was a good idea to ask point blank somebody holding bones and is clearly of not a sound mind if they're human or not. Yeah.
I mean, he's
I think
doing his best to answer us, I suppose.
He gave us an answer. Was that an answer you wanted to hear though? Is that an answer that we can sleep better now knowing?
Well, kind of. It's useful because it gives us more idea of what's going on, right?
I can tell you what's going on. He's clearly not very well in the head, and maybe we should just have a peaceful interaction and leave. I think reminding him that he may have killed his friends would not behoove us.
But he may not have. Something else might have. Which is what I'm worried about. And then we need to be wary about that.
I bet the wounds are from when his friends tried to attack him as he tried to dismember them. That's my educated guess.
Maybe. I'm assuming there's some creature in the woods, but it's also
He's
possible
the
they just.
creature! That's the creature! You're looking at him!
I mean, I guess so. But like, is he really a threat?
He's the darkness that lies in the hearts of men, yeah.
He's just a guy who's
I
been in the
make
woods for too long.
I'm making a judgment call. Maybe I'm being unfair. But when we enter a kill conflict or a drive-off conflict, then I'll be vindicated.
I mean, fair enough. I don't want to leave this man. Besides, for all we know, this is the heir.
Oh, that's a good point. What if the heir is this guy?
If I guess when Osmond gets back, when we perform the funeral, maybe we can ask him about his family history, if he knows of any giants. Maybe that's how he managed to survive this long, being crazy in the woods.
I think there's a level of insanity you need in order to, make sense and at least have a internal narrative of why you're in the situation in this, place in the world.
Man,
I don't think it involves murder.
man, just because you find a guy clutching a bone in the woods doesn't mean he's insane. There could be very good reasons why he's hiding in the woods, clutching a bone.
Maybe he saw the results of the Industrial Revolution and then he just decided to go out in the woods.
All right. So, I wanted Norin speaks up. He says, "Please, I'm so very thirsty. Do you have? May I?"
Yeah, I give him the water from my water skin.
Yeah. So he sucks down the water greedily as it runs down his chin. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We're all hungry and thirsty too, by the way. Because
I already drank some water from my bottle. I'm now out of water.
Yeah, I got nothing. I'm just hungry and thirsty.
Yeah, we gotta eat food or something.
Yeah. You have some food in your pack though, right?
Yeah, we use it to make food.
Mm-hmm.
To cure us all.
Yeah. But sorry, Chris, seriously?
Nothing. He's just he drinks the water. He says, "Thank you.
Okay.
I can come with you."
Norin, since these are your friends, would you want us to lay them to rest?
He looks down. He kind of looks at the rib clutched in his hands. He says, "No. They're the friends are there in my mind."
Yes. I feel like you're feeling a bit better now, Norin.
He
Very
breaks.
cool.
As you say that, he breaks into a hacking cough that he keels over coughing.
Mentally, I mean, of course.
My friends,
Okay.
they were with me, and now I don't remember.
Okay. Well, let's get this guy out of here. Because I don't want this guy to die. He's clearly in a bad way. I guess we can keep trekking on.
What's his vibe? Osmond, do you know?
I don't know.
I'm literally turned into Batman to vibe check that other guy. I'm not gonna vibe check him and risk dying.
That's fair.
Unless
is that actually on the line?
Well, I have to test against my bird, and it would be, if I did it again, it would be 6, and a margin of failure amount of conditions, so it could be.
Oh, okay. I see.
Very well could be if I do it, and then also if I did it, even if I did learn his vibe, I could be hovering in the air, spewing blood from my mouth as frogs follow me. That's not gonna help you guys.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, you have every condition but dead.
No, if I just rack up a bunch of stigmata.
No, I know.
It's like I don't know.
I'm just saying. Okay. Well, yeah, I don't mind taking Orn with us. I mean, I feel bad for the guy, so.
I picked my pack up. Should we leave your friends as they are then?
Yes. Like, they are. They're. Yes. Sorry. I don't know what got into me.
Okay, I think you've
Some
been
water,
here
I
for a
think.
while.
I think I'm still so. Well, thank you.
Hmm. You know what? Why don't we give this guy something to eat? I know it's a lot to say, but could we give him like a? Would you be comfortable giving a portion of our preserved rations, Oswald?
Well, fine. I'm gonna eat a
No,
portion.
no. Please. It's fine. I'm not hungry.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It's dark here,
Okay.
isn't it?
It is dark. He's been in the dark for a long time, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get him out of the dark. Let's get us all out of the dark, out of this dreaded path. So I guess we continue trudging along.
Yeah, I pick up my path or pick up my pack that was on the side of the path that we were gonna follow, and we're just saying we're following this path to try to escape this and into the outside.
He nods. Good. Good. I'll follow you.
Have you been on this mountain long?
Yes, I have. I've been in these woods for God knows how many days.
Mm.
No, not like longer than a month, you say. No,
No,
like
no.
I look at him like to see how much. Like he
Yeah.
seems kind of. You described him as being lanky. Like I'm like questioning. Like could he be? We bring this guy to him and be like, is he the guy?
I mean, could be.
It has been many weeks. I have found water, but little food.
Mm.
The wolves, they have harried me of late.
Hmm.
The wolves took care of you.
No, they
No,
harried him.
Oh, harried him.
Yeah. How did you drive them off?
He's like, I don't know. Desperation.
Interesting. I do try to take stock of this guy. Is he like quite large for a man?
He's
Is he a,
he's tall. He's taller than any of you.
is he a bear of a man?
No, he's very thin.
Isn't Byron like almost 7 feet
Freakishly
or
tall?
something? Like 6'6" or
Is Byron
something?
like how tall is Byron?
How tall am I?
Well,
I don't know.
you've described yourself several times. I thought you were like tall.
I was like a little over 7 feet, I thought. Trying to remember where I could have written that down.
I made note of it mentally because I was like, wow, that's kind of obnoxiously tall. I like it.
Yeah, I swear it was like 7'6", something just because
Really?
why not?
Like
Yeah.
you've been like stretched really tall, by some like giant like pulled on your arms and legs or something.
As a
That's a
child,
magical
you
experiment
People
gone wrong.
they don't make people that tall. Okay, well, he's tall. I mean, he's probably not that like 7'6", but he's well over 6 feet.
Mm. Excuse me.
And
Interesting.
he's like alarmingly thin.
Yeah,
is he emaciated?
I
He
think so.
does look pretty thin.
Okay.
He hasn't eaten much, but you know that's not all that rare in this world. But yeah,
It's fair. Okay. No, I mean it's a candidate at the very least. So can I ask him why he came here? Like why did you come to this forest, this mountain?
He stands still for a moment and like leans against the tree. He's like, I'm sorry, I'm very tired.
Sorry, we should not be harrying you with questions.
No, it's how I'm trying to remember. It's difficult. I was with my party. We were headed to the keep, but we were attacked. And I don't remember what happened
Mm.
after that. Was I captured? Maybe. I'm sorry. I've been ever since I came here. I haven't been able to get my thoughts in order.
Mm.
I keep hearing voices in my head, and I know they're not mine.
Does it sound loud and booming?
It's like, yes, they're very loud.
Norn, I think I know why you can't think properly. Norn, you might be a king.
He's like, please.
No, seriously. We have been contracted to find the heir to the throne of King Bjorn, and you're ringing a lot of alarm bells right now. The fact
He
that
like,
you've managed to stay alive is evidence on its own.
he's like, I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm the son of a peasant.
Right, I'm talking about like twice removed a few times.
He's like, I just don't see how what king.
Well, if we can get out of here, we can show you if you want.
I'm well, very well.
Okay, now to get the what's the equivalent of hell in here? To get the hell out of here. Okay. I guess do we just carry on as we were, or should we make another?
And if you're done, chatting,
Yeah,
I can just
I'm done conversing with Norn. I don't know if anyone else wants to ask
Sure.
some questions or.
Okay. I will go ahead and say the. Yeah. So you follow your right hand rule, and eventually the cobbles abruptly end at a crevasse.
Interesting.
A crev ass.
Steam billows from the edge, causing moss and lichen to cover the ground and the trees to wither and rot.
Steam
The
coming from the
crevasse
crev ass.
The crevasse has a significant overhang, and stalactites dripping with moisture cling there. Two stone
Sorry about that.
posts are embedded near the edge. A rope bridge extends away from you to the other side, at least 50 feet. The wood is intact but slick from the steam.
So
Yeah,
is this still in this? Whoops, still in this area abouts? Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's a rope bridge over a steam crevasse that's all slick. And
How deep is it?
Very. Steam is billowing out of it, so you can't see the bottom.
fair. And presumably it goes into like another cobblestone path on the other side that continues, right?
You may assume that, but you can't prove it. You can't see. It's too steamy. I mean, you can kind of see the other. You can see the other side through the steam, but it's difficult to like make out any detail.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? Like it's misty.
Yeah,
Right?
no, I get what
You
you're
know,
saying.
you can see like the bridge is attached on the other end, and you know all this stuff. But
Hmm.
Sorry, did you say there was a rope bridge or there is a rope bridge?
Is.
Hmm.
And it's actually in, yeah, like I said, it looks like it's in pretty decent condition.
Intact but slippery.
Likely slippery. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
Sorry, slick.
Slick. Yes, it's slick, not slippery.
Yeah.
But you don't know whether or not it's slippery. You
Yeah.
haven't stood on it yet.
Yeah. I mean, we do have a rope we can use to daisy chain us all together, right?
Honestly, I would say like the middle part of the bridge is the weakest. So like,
Or do we want to do it like one at a time?
I think we do one at a time, but the like basically person with the rope goes, you know what I mean, to the middle,
Okay.
and then like attached to their waist, and then if he doesn't break the thing, and is kind of careful,
Okay.
hopefully he can make it to like unties himself and then makes it to the other side, right? Like it's
Yeah.
and then do that slowly.
Sorry, Chris. You described
Mhm.
the rope bridge. Was it 50 feet across, roughly?
Yep.
So about the length of a
Roughly.
rope, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I nominate myself to cross the bridge. Because I'm big and strong.
Okay.
I'm just gonna tie a small length of rope around your waist to,
Okay.
and then I think what I'm gonna do is like coil the rest of the rope, like do a loop around, kind of a loose loop around the post. So if he used to suddenly fall, I don't have to tie it to anything. I can just pull it tight. Hopefully the friction will like stop his momentum at least, and the rope won't like rope burn out of my hands. But I could slowly like feed out the rope by like turning the coil like around the post, and then like the rest of the rope in a pile kind of feeds it out. I think I'm gonna do that, and hopefully he gets close enough to the other side that he feels or she feels comfortable untying herself, and then just walking the short distance to the other side. And if something bad happens, run back, and hopefully we could save her if she falls.
Right.
All right. So you're just gonna send one of you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go as like a guinea pig just to get the rope on the other side, I think. And to test out the bridge.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay. So we'll go with just Ob2 Dungeoneer test.
To Dungeoneer.
Because you are navigating a slick bridge.
Yeah.
You have a line. You have the line attached to you. So, yeah. Don't worry, I remembered.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. Excuse me. This is beginner's luck for me. I don't see any traits that are relevant that I want to use. Okay, so why is this? Because I don't got any special things, and I guess no one can. Well, I guess people helping would kind of defeat. Well, actually, no. I shouldn't say that. Would anybody like to help me?
I feel like
I will help you.
I'm helping with Laborer by being the anchor of the rope.
Okay.
Like essentially, what I'm doing, as I feel like I'm doing, is I'm using the post itself as the like a resting device and treating it like belaying. So like if you fall, I'm just gonna yank tight on it. And so it's like you're gonna walk forward and there's gonna be a slight amount of tension, but not too much tension. And I'm gonna be loosening it to your speed. But if you all of a sudden fall or the rope bridge snaps or you do whatever, I'm just gonna yank on it so that the loop rope like cinches around the post, that it hopefully, you know, doesn't fall. And then I'm just gonna like brace myself. And yeah, basically I'm just gonna be a big strong person to try to like stop your fall. Now if these posts snap, it's a whole other story. I'll just
Okay. Yep, I'll say that helps.
Is the rope is gear too, right?
I don't think so. Just because like it's not gonna help you. Like it'll save you if you fall, but it won't stop you from slipping, which I think is the main risk here.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna say no.
And actually, sorry, I have to point out that.
But like, wouldn't I'm a little confused. Like, if the main risk is, I feel like if he slips, and then he falls, then it saves him. But
Yeah.
I think it's gonna.
Then what's the risk?
I
just don't cross. I think. But
let me just say that you will not fall, but that doesn't mean that everything here is totally safe.
Like the rope bridge might just snap itself. Okay, maybe.
Not really. I'm just saying, like, let me put it this way. Trust me when I say, like, this will. I'm taking into account that you will not. Even if you slip and fall, you will not fall off the bridge because of this. I have taken that into account, but I don't want to count it as gear because I don't think that that's actually the primary risk factor here.
Yeah,
for reasons that are known
unbeknownst.
to me.
Yeah.
For reasons that are known to me but not to you at this juncture.
Okay, well then does labor help at all?
It does help.
Okay.
This is why I'm giving you help but not gear, because I would give you +1 for either the rope or for you pulling on the rope, but not both.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. That's good to me.
Like I said, I'm saying your help, but if you were just using it as gear, that would also help. But it would help for the same reasons. If you understand what I mean.
Then I'm going to use it as gear.
Yes.
So
okay.
to insulate myself from helping.
And also because you can't help because you're afraid.
Yeah. Okay, you're right. I'm afraid I can't even help anyway. That's even a better.
That was basically what I'm saying is I don't want you to help twice by doing the same thing, right?
Yeah.
But if you're just going to use the rope as gear in this way, then I'm fine with giving the +1 for that. Yes.
Byron, would you like to assist in any way?
What would I need to assist?
I'm currently crossing a slick rope bridge, and I have a rope tied to my waist that's hitched, to a post on the other side. The standard skills to assist with engineer are sapper and survivalist. But if you get creative, you can potentially help with another skill.
Because he doesn't have it right now.
I do not have it. Neither does Marcel.
So you could just help with
all right, Marcel.
Engineering or something.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't have engineering either, though.
Man, we're just a couple of book nerds.
But since Talia doesn't, you could potentially help with health.
Oh, sorry, that's a good point. This is a beginner's luck test, so you can help with health. Which, by the way, if you spent a fate and I passed, you could get an advancement on. Or with engineering as well, correct? If you'd like to get an advancement there, using again a point of fate.
I think we'd both like to use our health. That's what we're doing.
Well, Marcel wouldn't, because Marcel helps mainly you, but potentially others, but only with the core skills that the wizard would have.
Okay, so he can't help with engineering.
Yeah, because he doesn't. That's not a class skill for a wizard.
I was gonna say, I think it's like very specifically laid out the skills he's allowed to help with.
Probably.
Unless I got that wrong, that's how that works, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a specific thing. I could look it up, but it's definitely not engineering.
Okay. No, yeah.
Okay. And we're just climbing down the wall with the rope, right?
Not climbing down the wall. He's going across a rope bridge, and we are using an additional piece of rope to hopefully save him some way.
Yeah.
So is there any way I can just secure the bridge on the end you're leaving from, just to make sure that you get across properly?
Yeah, you could do that. I mean, technically, because Sean's. Well, I guess I should.
Sean was ahead of us.
Well, no, Sean. No, he's where we are, so he's at the base of the bridge, and he's got the rope, so he's holding onto the rope, which is tied to the hitch, but he's not really stabilizing the bridge. So if you stabilize the bridge, that would help me. Well, Chris rules to cross, so you could do that.
So you're trying to like dampen the swing or something. It's like that.
He's holding it. Well, not to speak for you, Tyler, but I assume that's what you mean, right? Like that's
pretty much what I want to do.
Your health to literally hold the bridge steady.
Yeah.
Sure. Yep. I'll say that helps.
Okay. Oh,
Okay. Yeah, you cross the bridge without incidents.
Hey. I get to the other side and I'm like, whew.
Mhm.
All right. Give me that rope and I'll do the same thing you did for me over here.
Okay.
Okay, but are we literally doing this like one at a time?
I think so. I don't know how else we would do it.
Or
Although I
should-
don't know how we get the rope back when it gets over here. If I have to like walk it back over. Or do we just
Right, Am
have
I
people...
misunderstanding that the rope was attached to you as you walked across the bridge, and the other
Yeah.
side was tied to the post on their side of the bridge? Am I correct?
Yes. No,
That
you're
was
correct.
the plan. Okay.
Are we in
I
like
wanna make-
the?
I guess- well, I guess
there's
I could
no
just
trees here, right?
untie-
It's like light here, right?
I mean the steam makes the visibility low, but it's not dark.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah, I'm realizing now I'm being dumb. We should just have the rope stay where it is until the last person, and which then we'll switch the post. Right? That makes sense?
Yeah, I'm just like maybe you should like untie yourself and like look around
Yeah.
before we make like a billion tests, and then maybe we just make a single test for everybody, which might be like ob 3. We could do like because we have what 5 people. Like I don't know if we want to
I
spend.
keep forgetting Marcellus here. He's like that guy is just in the background, just a silhouette.
I don't know
He's
if we
like,
want to make
"Aw."
5 individual tests on the same obstacle over and over again.
Fair enough. That's true.
Uh,
That's gonna be brutal on the grind.
brutal on the grind, if not like yeah, like I feel like. And then Tyler's like he would have to go, and he's like injured, so like I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
Just,
All right.
okay.
Well, like I said, the other side is like I said, like you see the two. You're standing like between the two stone posts. There are 2 stone posts on this side as well,
Mhm.
matching the other side. But yeah, the other side is like just as like soaked with steam and is rotting. In a way, on this side, there's actually even like the steam is actually kind of more billowing onto this side than on the other, if anything.
Interesting.
Just the way the wind happens to be carrying it, maybe. But
Okay.
the cobblestone path resumes, but you notice that like they're actually much less. Like they're just kind of like scattered here. They're not like neat like they were on the other side. And they
Interesting.
quickly plunge back into the primeval wood.
Hmm.
However, the you also notice that they
Mhm.
where am I? I lost my notes. Yeah, they kind of like follow the edge of the chasm as they go.
Interesting. The cobblestones?
Yeah, they follow along the edge of the chasm.
Okay, interesting.
Can I determine where the sun is, even through the mist?
Sure.
Like, can I just like look up and be like, okay, it's roughly this time, and I know the direction? Because if I can gain some insight on the direction, maybe I can use like the knowledge of how we got here, like lead us out.
Sure.
Like just go back to like the large stones.
Let me, orienting yourself, basically.
Yeah, with like the sun, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, it's tough to see. I guess this would be like, would it be? How would I test this? Is it like just Pathfinder?
Maybe survivalist. I don't
Survivalist?
have survivalist, but maybe that is the thing.
I'm just trying to think what it would be. Pathfinder. It seems like it's literally for pathfinding, orienting yourself in the.
Survivalist.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is, am I confident enough to be like, this is the way to orient yourself, and then lead us out here with that knowledge, and then like would that be warranted test, or would we just get lost again? Like, I guess it doesn't matter, but I'm like, would that be sufficient knowledge? Or are you saying I can't orientate myself with the sun because I don't know its direction because it's like too misty to determine?
Yeah, I think it's just too misty. Like you're just not like, I don't know. Like I mean, you could probably make a test that could like. I'm just trying to figure out what the test would be and what you'd be able to find out. You know.
Mhm.
I'm just saying,
you
like,
could-
can I make a Pathfinder test out with this knowledge of like?
Right, but my point is like you'd have like I don't even know if you like. Yeah, I guess it depends on what you want to accomplish.
Leaving this area by knowing the direction.
Right. Well, okay. Do you want to cross the bridge?
We've already
Do you want,
crossed
like-
the bridge. I'm just saying, like,
Well, one
if
person's crossed.
if I turned around and do I?
And left me.
Yeah, well, like you'd come back, but like it's like
I get what you're saying, though. You're asking if we should even be crossing this bridge, or if we should just turn around and go some other way.
yeah, like because like there's like a big gully here. Like I can look down to the right of the gully, down to the up of the gully. Do I see like the main mountain peak for one question, and do I see like roughly like in the mist like, oh, this here is like a big ball of fire, and could I know the direction, or like, you know what I mean, by the big sun, or is it just too misty and too like overcast
Both of those things are just not really possible. You definitely can't see the mountain peak, but that's no surprise. Like the chasm is not it's not wide, and the trees pick up directly on either side. I mean, it's 50 feet wide, but it's not like the trees are like right up onto the edge.
Mhm.
This is a forest, and it's quite like and also like there is like a lot of steam billowing out. You can tell that it's daytime. You can see you can see all the steam billowing in front of you clearly, but it's like the equivalent of being in a fog bank. There's just you can tell that it's daytime, but not where the sun is coming from. It's just too foggy.
Mm.
Having said that,
Okay.
if you
Well,
want
I'm just gonna. Okay. If I'm unable to determine like where the sun is, it's probably just a moot point, and I wouldn't be able to test like the way back then.
I mean, you would, but it wouldn't be much of an advantage to you, right? This wouldn't you wouldn't have knowledge exactly of where the sun was, and you wouldn't be able to orient yourself.
Right, but like if that's the case, then it's like if we go any direction, like back, it would be in the point where it's like, okay, describe how you get back by being lost. And it's like, well, I orientate myself to what? And then it's like, okay, then we can't describe it, then it doesn't activate a test. So I don't think we would be able to test back. Is why we didn't go back to the large stones right away. Is what I'm.
Well, yeah,
assuming.
I was gonna say well, you can. I mean, you can say like, oh, we're just gonna try and go back the way we came, right? I mean,
I think
you had a different method for traversing the forest, which you're currently still using, right?
Yeah.
So
okay, well, I'll let Andrew just check out the other, or Talia check
something else.
I shout across the gully like, Talia, what's on the other side? What can you see?
Rocks. More path, but less path at the same time.
It follows the gully up.
Mhm. I said, you guys want to come over here?
Yeah.
You think it's wise?
Honestly, it's not a circle, so we're making progress, in my opinion.
I'll cross. Do it.
At the very least, if we want to get lost again, back to where we were, we have to cross this bridge.
All right. Well then. Okay. Are you gonna lead us across, or are we doing it one by one? Because like I don't know.
Oof.
If we're doing
That's
it, if
really
you're gonna lead us
engineering,
across, let's just fail like on purpose. Like get a check, and maybe we can map it back, at least map to like the circle at least, and then be able to cross this willy nilly. on the map. As long as you make us all the way there or whatever. But if it's a twist happens, we'll be screwed.
Yeah.
Do you
Wish
want
it
to
were
lead us
specific.
across, or should we go one on one time? I yell at you.
I don't know if
Or
I
I
should be leading you
or should I
guys.
be like, any ideas, or should we just go?
One person, two people, small group. Oof. I'm worried about Norin.
I'm worried about Norin. I'm worried about Tyler, because Tyler's gonna have to be 2 people at least. Wants to bring his
Yeah.
this person.
The only reason why one person is nice is because of the rope security, right? Like if we start having to tie multiple people, it's going to be hard to get them across with the rope the whole way. Shit. But I feel like just in terms of like sanity slash common sense game mechanics, we should probably just make one check. Okay.
Well,
Well,
what is in the woods to the like? I know it's dark, but is there anything over there? Like,
sure, I can go take a peek since we're like
Yeah.
kind of unsure about crossing the bridge.
yell into the woods, and if there's wolves, maybe come back.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Sure, I will. I'll go. Hey,
You hear something.
who's out there? Oh shit. Okay, what do I hear?
You hear a rustling.
Interesting.
Then, emerging from the chasm, a swarm of troll bats flies up
Oh man.
and attacks you. All right, let's
Oh,
not do this
God.
combat today. It's already late.
It's fair.
Yeah, so a swarm of troll bats is attacking,
Excellent.
but we'll deal with that next time.
Oh, okay. If we deal with these troll bats, maybe we don't even have to test to cross the bridge. Maybe it's like pretty safe.
Maybe they make a bridge
Yeah.
for us.
It's true. He did say that was the main risk.
Excellent. Well,
Yeah, I
we're-
mean, I was trying to be like, what? The only the bridge is fine. You just might get attacked by bats.
maybe we wanted to get attacked by bats.
Well, you're getting
Yeah.
attacked by bats now, so.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Well, then now we do the wrap up thing.
Yeah, we're doing the wrap up.
Oh, we're doing it at the end of. All right. 'cause
This is the end of the second session, so that's why
Yep.
we do the beliefs, instincts, goals, and if you've tested your creed in some way. I do not think.
Correct.
But I think I want to go first, if that's okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
I will defend my friends and family from all harm. Do not think my belief was activated. Maybe it was, though. I was trying to defend my friends from basically in preaching, and I the main motivation of like casting that spell wasn't for my safety. It was more like I don't want to. As long as this is a step to help the town, I'm fine with that. But if he's like gonna send us to our deaths, I don't want to be like, sure, Talia, trust this giant. So I wanted to like figure out his kind of a little bit of them for them, for my group's sake. Like maybe I did uphold my belief in that way. I want to say, yeah, I could see that myself doing that.
I'm going to agree.
Not a terrible stretch, I don't think, of why I
No,
did that.
I don't think it's. Don't talk yourself out of it, because you might talk me out of it.
To recover my lost relics from the mountain and make progress toward the resolution of the town's problems. I think I did that goal.
I agree.
I did make some progress, and I recover my lost relics. Now I feel like I either have to like do the thing. So I'm gonna give myself a fate for the belief and the persona for that goal.
Yep.
and it's never really a rest without first seeking purification. I did do that, and it does help the test, but does help the group because I can then make fancy tests like being able to cast spells when I want to, and I did. So I did help the group.
Correct. You did.
I'm going to claim my 2 fate and 1 persona.
Correct.
Excellent.
Who's
I am
next?
done now.
I can go.
Okay.
My belief is anything worth doing is worth doing in style. I don't think I did not do that. I think I just used Wizard Sight against myself, and I did not think I did that in any narrative sense. It was just a lot of walking around and talking last couple sessions. I think. So I think we fought the. Yeah, I'm trying to remember like how many sessions back. Creed. There's no place for hatred on this crew.
Mm-hmm.
I do not. I think I do not think there's any hatred amongst us. I think we all work together pretty okay. Goal, move my magic operation / library to base camp. We did that last session, which I thought in retrospect, that feels like kind of a cheap goal because we just did it right away. But I'm glad we have a lot of obstacles in our path to balance that. During
Well,
it
keep in
somehow.
mind, like you set that goal at the beginning of last session, so
Yeah.
so it's not really, it's not like you did it today, so.
Oh, yeah.
No, but like
Yeah,
there's because you set that goal like because this is for this session and the previous session, right? Like the
That's
2
what I
half
mean. Like,
sessions.
that's what I mean. Like, he's like, it seems kind of cheap. I'm like, well, it didn't seem that way when you.
No, I
made
think
it.
he means it was cheap because we just auto teleported his stuff. But keep in mind there was a twist on that. So
That's what I mean. It's just like there's obstacles now that we're facing to balance that. Which
I think part of it is like we went back and decided to use the cart, and then he just kind of gave it to us. There probably would have been some things, but he auto twisted too, so it did make our lives more, and specifically your life, more challenging in the future. I don't know if you want, because it's like you, the wizard. People know where your stuff is, or could have a reasonable guess where your stuff is.
Yeah, I mean, they might not automatically know, but it'll be easier. And if
right,
anyone
they have an
wants
idea.
to find you, there'll be a large string of rumors pointing in your general direction.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens.
And my instinct when in camp, make time to teach others. I did not do that. Instead, I did something else and was not able to do 2 things in a row. So that's failed to enact my instinct.
No, you tried to do the instinct, you failed, and then you couldn't recover.
I thought I was going to teach mentor, but I think I did something with you, Andrew. I forget.
Yeah, you tried to teach a mentor.
You use mentor to teach me scout.
Oh, that's right.
Which you did use your instinct, but it didn't. Unfortunately, it didn't help the group because I didn't mark in advance.
Yeah, but mark a fail on the mentor, or you already have a fail on the mentor. Okay, yeah. It didn't help, but it's fine.
I mean, technically, you could use the very open logic of like it advanced your mentor, which helps the group. But I think in that case, that's maybe a bit more.
I was gonna say, I don't think that.
I think the only way you could do that is if your mentor did go from 2 to 3. If it stayed at 2 and it didn't, no. like if you want to be that open, I feel like the only case would be you actually have to improve. Then, like it needs to be a marked improvement.
But no,
okay.
Keep trying. Maybe I'll just drive my nature down super low, Tyler, so you can teach me a bunch of stuff.
I feel like both of you should drive your nature down, and then eventually you should teach him how to sword fight and get him a dagger.
I would like that, and then I can use my greatsword wise to help you on fighting.
Why would you be able to help your greatsword? Oh, because you have a greatsword, and you could be like, "This is the best way to defeat someone with a larger weapon." Blah blah blah. Yeah, I see it. I see it now. Okay, so I think your goal was achieved.
Only my goal, yeah.
Which it was achieved, so 1 persona.
Yep.
Persona.
And
whenever I use my persona in battle, I go to the Velvet Room.
And Talia.
Yes. So, Belief, it is better to act than to hesitate. I believe I best exemplified this when, despite being injured, I kept trudging around, particularly when I pushed up the path on my own. As Oswin said at the camp, speaking in tongues, I refused to just sit and do nothing. Although, to be fair, upon finding a giant cyclops, I decided to turn around, but at the very least, I risked myself going up that hill. Strength, it is meant to protect and not to exploit. That's my creed. And then goal, recover our lost items. Accomplish that. We managed to get the relics and the sack and the shovel. So both of those were met. And then instinct, when adventuring, lead the way. So this was more in the first half, but again, I used my instinct to pathfind back to this forest.
You could have used it for the engineering test. Also, just letting you know. I forgot you had an instinct like that.
True. For me, that I guess that would be leading the way.
Specifically,
I think leading the way is like leading the way into like the unknown.
Yeah, but both Pathfinder and engineering tests to get to some unknown spot is exactly what that goal could be used for. Or the instinct.
Fair. But also, if I did that, then like
we wouldn't be able to help you. But I think did
Tyler
help you?
He did with health, and actually I needed both your helps to.
I didn't help you. You used gear for me.
Gear.
Sorry, the gear, I guess, but.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, excellent.
Hold on, I'll let Chris rule how he feels about all those things. So.
Well, I mean, you accomplished it. You gave examples. I thought you gave the receipts.
I did, but I don't want to just be like.
He was just pointing out another instance where you could have done that, and I was like, that would have been another good spot for it.
Okay. I just didn't want to take away your final say. That's all.
No. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, you did all those things. Like you got the.
You were way. Yeah, we were just. I thought we were just testing. Yeah, I was already past that. I was like, talking about the next thing. So,
okay. You got your fate from your belief, your persona from your goal, and your fate for the instinct.
Okay.
I think that's how that goes. And then it is MVP. Is it team worker and then gallows humor?
Gallows humor, yeah.
Yep.
It's always hard with the double sessions because I
feel like I want to do something about. I'm gonna think about some weird gallows humor for the bats. I bet, man.
That's not a joke. That's a reference.
And your neck is all frozen out.
I know it's hilarious now, but I don't know. Anyways,
hey, Osrin, you look like you're scared stiff.
That's my secret. I'm always stiff.
That's not good. Those look secret as hell.
Okay. MVP. Let's think about MVP and team worker.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of want to either suggest, I don't know, Tyler for one of those.
Yeah. Theologian.
Trying to think of all the.
We've all done pretty well, honestly. I'm just going back through the logs to like try to remind myself what happened. But
trying to think of like all the skills. So like there was a Pathfinder test to get from Crossroads, which we passed twice while you were injured. I feel like that was pretty big. You didn't kill yourself.
Yeah. Luckily, had that self.
And then like but you did on the way back. You're like, I'm gonna risk my character's life on this test. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Was that I think that was that last test?
I think that might have been.
That may have been 2 sessions ago, actually. Maybe. Anyways, okay, we went back with the salve. Okay. Silken Pines. You did a couple.
That was 2 sessions ago. Yeah.
Searches at at Silken Pines, once for my stuff, which I think I did, and once you did once for your stuff. Finding both.
Yep.
Tyler casted a spell for the first time in a while to talk to
Yeah.
to decipher the thing, which I think was
I really
very
enjoyed
useful.
that.
Actually, maybe
I agree.
we do him for deciphering that, and then also being able to talk to the Cyclops and not immediately dying.
Yeah, I agree. That's kind of what I felt inside, but I just wasn't sure.
Like MVP for that, because I think
Yeah.
this deciphering that and then being able to go and like it just led to the role playing opportunities. Whereas if it didn't cast that spell, the role playing opportunities would have been like fighting opportunities, and you would have to like investigated it from a outsider's perspective instead of like in the know.
No, exactly.
And then
Okay.
back maybe you for or MVP for like leading us places.
True. I mean, that's fair.
Or not MVP,
But
team worker, sorry.
team worker, yeah. I'm actually going to counter that and say that you should get team worker just for all the checks you've made, to accomplish like random things and like all the stigmata and stuff that you've been taking on, just to make those things safe. I mean, I did benefit a lot with the leading, but I feel like honestly that's kind of reflected in my instinct reward.
You know what? I think I will accept that. Not for a lot of the leading, but for being able to find those frickin' torches constantly. Like I was finding all this like silk and stuff and scavenging up the torches, which is basically led us to adventure. I think that's I will accept a team worker, and I will wholeheartedly agree that Tyler should get MVP for his skill casting, spell casting to his language bending.
Yeah,
for me.
And I don't think we were in significant danger until just this very moment to warrant Gal's humor.
Exactly.
Which is
and none of us thought to crack a joke right before Chris said, "I think we're going to end it here."
Yeah.
I guess. Damn. We had like a 3-second window when we missed it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's next time, right? Like next time there'll be lots of windows because there'll be lots of bats.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. Let's have a call in the middle of the week and just go over Gallo's humor related specifically to bats. I think this would be a good.
Just laugh maniacally as the bat comes to attack you. This is funny. No, like the Joker, get it?
So no, see, me laughing like an insane person's a Joker reference. You don't get it.
You don't get it. It's funny. Okay, I think we should end this stream here. That's very good. Very good. See you guys next time. Probably going to be a little while before I can play again. Because I'm going out of town next.
Oh, nice.
And other things.
Yeah, me too. Actually.
It's not a long weekend next week, is it?
Bye, Steve.
No. Boy.
Or Twitch and YouTube. Bye-bye. See you later. I'm editing it.
Yeah, no.